And now, Mystery Theater.
Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Welcome to the sound of suspense, to the fear you can hear. Welcome to the world of terrifying imagination. Our story is about a very old man living just outside a tiny village. A very old man whose long life has been lived close to the soil and close to the people he loved. People still living and people long dead. Our mystery drama, A Very Old Man, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Santos Ortega. I'll be back shortly with Act One. Look long and carefully at the face of a tiny baby. Look carefully and long into the face of someone who is very old. Do you see the wisdom in both? The very young and the very old have wisdom. In between, there is only accumulated information.
Oh, you're home. Good.
Well, he's done it again.
Who's done what? Are you talking about my father?
You know I am. I warned him. I said, Stefan, if it ever gets around, you'll ruin my medical practice. People won't believe in me. They'll only...
Manfred, come sit down. Now, what's he done?
Well, the same thing. Where is he? Isn't he home?
Not yet. He went to the cemetery as usual. But you still haven't told me what happened.
Well, Anna Brandt came to see me about a month ago. Severe attacks of pain in the upper abdomen. All the symptoms indicated appendicitis. I sent her to Carlweiss for the operation. Of course, he examined her, too, and he agreed with me. No doubt about it, inflamed appendix had to come out. Well, he operated the next day, and that night, that same night, she had another attack.
Well, so it wasn't...
How could she have had another appendicitis attack when he'd just taken her appendix out? Well, he was as flabbergasted as I was.
Yes, but what's it all got to do with my father?
Stefan happened to be in my office the day Anna Brandt first came to see me. You know how he loves to hang around the office. Anna Brandt wasn't 10 feet out of the office when he told me there's nothing wrong with her appendix.
Oh, not again.
I can't have my father-in-law, who's been a farmer all his life, telling me, a doctor with a reputation, that I don't know what's wrong with my own patients.
Of course you can't.
For a minute, I did think back to that boy, the one with the asthma. What seemed to be asthma, anyway.
The Rothberg boy. Father was right about him.
I know. He made a lucky guess.
Father went to see him every day. Talked to him, rubbed his chest, his throat. In 2 weeks, the boy was all right.
The boy was hysterical, over-aspirated, nothing more. But this business with Anna Brandt, the day she came to see me, Stefan was asleep in the waiting room. I was explaining to Anna that I couldn't perform the operation, simple as it is, because of my hands, my arthritis. But I would send her to Carlweiss. Well, she accepted that. Everybody knows about my arthritis. And she said something pleasant to Stefan. That was the first I knew that he wasn't asleep. Well, he didn't answer her. He just stared at her as though he'd never seen her before. I reached for the phone to call Carlweiss. Stefan got up, came over to the desk, and took the receiver out of my hand.
Manfred.
Stefan, don't.
It's not so. Not so.
Have you had a bad dream, old man?
It's not so what you said to Anna Brandt. There's nothing wrong with Anna Brandt's appendix.
Stefan, don't start diagnosing again. You're not a doctor.
There's nothing wrong.
We had enough trouble after you diagnosed the Rothberg boy.
The Rothberg boy never had asthma.
All right, it turned out that he didn't. But that was a lucky guess. And it didn't do my reputation any good when word went around that you'd been right.
I never told anybody.
Yes, but the boy did. And his mother did. And people started coming to the house, coming here. All of them wanting to see you.
But I told them to go away. It's not always that I can help.
Well, I keep hoping, expecting God knows what miracles. Now are you going to start the whole thing up again with Anna Brandt?
There are 3 of them.
Come on now. Get your coat, Stefan.
They're dark, brown or black, and hard.
It's getting late.
They're the size of olive pits.
Are you talking about Anna Brandt?
I saw them close together. They were high in a body, about here. 3 of them.
You saw them, hmm?
3 of them. The size of olive pits, lying here, above the stomach, about here.
Have you got X-ray eyes, Stefan? Is that it?
No, my eyes are like everybody's.
Well, then, what do you mean you saw them?
Her body was transparent. I could see right through it, as though the skin had been removed. I could see everything.
Carl Weiss was as confident as I was before the operation, and he was as confused as I was after. I swear I don't know what made me say it, but I said it. I said, Carl Weiss, could it be a stone? A gallstone, perhaps? Well, he was taken aback a little, but he couldn't deny a possibility. Maybe a remote one, but a possibility. I felt like a fool, but I told him I thought he should go ahead. And he did. This morning.
And he found?
Gallstones. 3 of them. The size of olive pits.
Lie still, girl.
Is it very bad?
I don't know.
She's very dear to me.
She's trying to raise her head.
She's trying to tell you something.
She knows I want to help her.
Do you think you can, Doctor?
Young man, I never said I was a doctor.
What? But the way you...
I'm just an old man. A very old man.
Well, I took it for granted the way you spoke.
My son-in-law is a doctor. Manfred Gottlieb. I live with him and my daughter Bertha.
Oh, then you know something. You've learned things from him.
No, I know nothing. Only what I see, what I feel.
When I passed you by the cemetery, what were you doing?
My wife is buried there. Did I harm her?
No, I even think she's a little better. Her eyes, they look brighter. Not so full of pain. You did nothing but touch her. Stroke her a little and talk to her. Let me look at your hands. No, they're just hands.
What should they be?
Now let me... Well, your hands are warm. On a night like this, more than warm. Hot. Very hot, as though they were burning from inside.
If it should get around about Anna Brandt...
You don't think I'd tell anyone?
Well, these things have a way of leaking out.
Look, you're not going to tell Father, are you, that Carl Weiss found the 3 stones?
You think I shouldn't? He wouldn't tell anyone. He didn't tell anyone about the Rothberg boy. It was the boy's mother who shouted it from the housetops.
And look what happened. People showing up here. When he saw them, he hid in his room. And when they left, he went to the cemetery, sat by my mother's grave.
You think that he's there now?
Oh, I suppose. Sometimes he stays for hours. I wish he'd get home before the rain starts.
Emily, my dear. Come now, Emily, my precious. I need you. You are my strength. I can do nothing without you. Come to me, my darling. Come to me, my darling.
I don't want him to start thinking that any of this is real. He mustn't think that he has some magical power. Listen, if you treat him as though he were possessed in some way, he might begin to believe it, and then his mind... Who knows what might happen?
Bertha, have you thought that perhaps it's already happened?
No.
That he is deranged?
I won't believe that. He's my father. I love him. He's old and childish, and sometimes I'm impatient.
I am too, often.
But only the way I'd be with a child. In many ways, he is my child. The only child I have.
Oh, my dear. I thought you'd stop brooding about that.
Oh, I have. I stopped last year when I turned 40. But that's why. Because I have no child, he's twice as precious to me.
I understand. I do understand. You know that I'm fond of him.
Then let's leave him as he is. Don't let him think he's different from other people.
Whatever you say.
You know, the widow Holder has been asking for him.
The widow Holder? Why?
They keep telling me in the village that she has this great swelling on her head, big as an egg.
Yes, I've heard about it.
And she's afraid of doctors.
Bertha, you don't suppose...
The rain started.
It's coming down like crazy.
Oh, Father! Oh, thank goodness!
I made it. Just in time.
You shouldn't take such chances. Why weren't you home for dinner?
Where have you been?
I kept something hot for you.
Thank you.
Now, give me your coat. That's it. Oh, where were you all this time?
Didn't Bertha tell you? At the cemetery.
You didn't go to see anybody?
No, I didn't go to see anybody.
No. Here's a plate for you, Father. Nice pot roast and potatoes.
Thank you, Bertha. I'm sorry I wasn't here for dinner. I lost track of the time. I ran into somebody. We talked a little.
Oh. Manfred, let's go up to bed.
Ah.
Father, you'll be all right?
Of course I'll be all right. Go to bed.
Oh. Good night, dear.
Good night, daughter.
Good night, Steph.
Oh, Manfred.
Yeah?
How is Anna Brandt?
Anna Brandt?
I thought about it tonight. In the cemetery. Is she all right?
Well, yes, she's fine.
I thought she was. I had a feeling...
Good night. Enjoy your dinner.
Good night.
His asking about Anna Brandt? He hasn't even mentioned her since that day in the office. Bertha, could he have heard about Carl Weiss finding the gallstones?
Oh, he'd have said so. He always says precisely what's on his mind.
There are times when I wish he didn't. Listen, he's talking to himself in the kitchen. Sounds as though he's calling someone.
Manfred, he's an old man. Leave him be. Oh, please close the door. Come to bed.
It sounds like Amelie.
What? Did you say Amelie?
Wasn't that your mother's name?
No. No, it was my sister's.
Oh, Bertha, I never knew you had a sister. You never told me.
It was so long ago, before I was born. Their first child. She only lived an hour. My mother told me they'd just agreed on a name. Father leaned over the crib to kiss her, and she was dead. But that was 45 years ago. All these years he's never mentioned her.
What was that?
The door opened downstairs.
But he's gone out.
In this rain.
Where could he have gone?
There's only one place. He's gone to the cemetery.
When those around us cannot understand, where do we turn? When the world is dark, where do we go? To the unknown? Or to the once familiar, the once well-known, the once well-loved? To those who have left the dark earth and moved into light. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Now come back with me to the story of a very old man and the people who loved him and could not comprehend him, or could not comprehend him because they loved him, or because they tried too hard.
Breakfast's on the table, Manfred.
All right, darling.
Oh, well, did you talk to him?
He's still asleep.
Oh, let him sleep. After last night.
Yes, we're lucky if he doesn't come down with pneumonia. He was drenched, Bertha, soaked clear through. Lying across your mother's grave with the rain beating down on him, crying, Amelie, Amelie, as though his heart was broken.
Amelie is buried next to Mother.
Bertha, are you going to ask him about her?
Oh, it's been so long. 45 years. You know, in all that time, I've never heard him say her name. Naturally, I never mentioned it. She died years before I was born.
Your mother never talked about her?
Oh, just that once. When she told me she wanted to be buried near her. And how she died. Manfred, she was only 1 hour old.
Yes, crib deaths, they happen. We don't know why.
They thought of naming me Amelie at first, my mother said.
It's a pretty name. Now, who's that?
So early in the morning.
Yes.
Is this the Gottlieb house?
Yes, it is.
And you're Manfred Gottlieb, Dr. Gottlieb?
Yes, I am. But I don't see patients at home. My office is...
Oh, no, I'm not a patient. The patient's outside.
Well, bring the patient to my office in about an hour.
No, there's no need. She's quite well. Completely cured.
Well, then what's the point of...
I hoped I could see the old man. Your father-in-law, is he?
Stefan?
What's this about my father?
Madame, good morning. Beautiful morning, isn't it? After last night, all that rain.
You wanted to see my father?
If I may.
Well, what about?
He's asleep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, when he does wake up, would you tell him the patient recovered and is better than ever? Lively, frisky, enjoying life to the full, romping in the fields.
What patient is this?
You said she's outside.
Yes, right there. Look, the picture of health.
I don't see in it.
You don't mean... Well, not the horse.
Yes, my prize mare, my favorite. I thought I might have to have her put away, but your father, madame. Oh, yes, it's all due to him.
Well, when was this? When did you meet Stefan?
Last night, just before the rain started. Didn't he tell you?
Oh, well, come inside. Huh? Have some coffee with us.
Oh, thank you.
Sit down. Manfred, get another cup.
May I introduce myself? Otto Kraus.
Well, I'm Bertha Gottlieb. This is my husband. Oh, but then my father must have told you. He lives with us.
Your father is quite a man.
Your coffee.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you see, I was returning to the village, and I was passing the cemetery. Suddenly the mare sank to her knees. Her legs seemed to give way completely. And there she lay on her side in the middle of the road. I was frantic. I thought perhaps a stone bruise, but I looked at all 4 hooves. Nothing. And there I was, half a mile from home, my precious horse stretched out on the road and a storm coming up. And then I heard a sound coming from the cemetery. Someone calling a name.
Was it Amelie?
Yes, something like that. I shouted for help. In a minute, an old man appeared.
Stefan.
My father?
Yes. I asked him to help me, but I wasn't sure he even heard. He seemed very distraught. He went straight to the mare, knelt down and took her foreleg in his hands and started rubbing it very gently. He knew which one was hurting her. And after a while, the pain went out of her eyes. Couldn't understand it. It was something about the way he touched her. I asked to see his hands, and he held them out. And even before I touched them, I could feel the heat spreading out from them.
Heat?
What heat?
Haven't you ever noticed the extraordinary heat from his hands?
Oh, I can't say that I have.
Oh, but it's true. His hands give off a warmth. I can't believe you've never noticed it.
Well, it could have been on such a wet, cold night. It only seemed that way to you. You imagined it.
Oh, I suppose that's possible, but I didn't imagine it when the mare got to her feet.
Well, she was all right?
I walked her home. I couldn't quite believe it all. I bedded her down. And this morning, all I could think was I must tell the old man about it.
There are stories going around about him in the village. Perhaps you've heard some of them?
Well, I'm only here on a visit to see my aunt. I don't live here.
Well, he doesn't really do anything. He's just around, and people love him. They like to think because he's such a sweet old man that he can do things doctors can't do.
And because he's such a very old man, we wouldn't want him to start thinking that there was anything miraculous about anything that happened quite naturally.
Well, you think it might affect him? Might affect his mind in some way?
He's a very old man. It could happen.
Well, I suppose it's possible she wasn't really lame.
Of course it's possible.
Only ask him, will you? About his hands, those amazing hands.
Yes, we'll ask him.
I mean, giving off that heat, I felt it, you know. Well, I'll be getting along. My aunt's expecting me.
Well, we'll tell him you stopped by.
Yes, I wish you would. Tell him, and please, tell him thanks.
We'll tell him. Do you think we should wake him?
Come on, it's time.
Yes.
We have to tell him about the young man.
And the horse.
But we won't make anything out of it.
Nothing at all.
Just say that he dropped by.
To say thanks, yes. Father?
Stefan, are you awake?
What time is it?
Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock.
Why aren't you at your office?
Well, it seems that a young man stopped by to see us, Stefan.
Well, actually, Father, he wanted to see you, but we told him you were sleeping.
Why me?
Well, it seems he met you on the road last night.
Had a horse. A mare it was.
That's right.
The horse had a swelling.
Do you feel well enough to get up now, Father?
I think so.
You're sure? After last night?
I'm all right.
All right, now just let me help you out of bed, Stefan.
Yeah, I can manage.
Give me your hand. Come on. That's it.
Yeah.
Here are your slippers.
Yeah, I'll go splash some water on my face.
And then you'll have breakfast.
Bertha, his hands are as cold as mine. Colder.
That young man did imagine it about his hands.
You know how it is. If your hands are cold, anyone's feel warmer, even if they're only a little warmer than your own.
And he'd been riding back from the village on horseback.
Yes, so of course his hands were very cold.
Of course.
My head is clearing a little.
Oh, good. I'll go down and have some coffee ready for you.
Thank you, Manfred.
And 2 eggs. 4 minutes.
Your clothes are on the bed, Father.
Thank you, Bertha.
Father, last night when Manfred and I came up to bed and you were eating your supper, anyway, that's what we thought you were doing.
It's what I was doing.
Well, we heard you talking.
Was I talking?
Well, you kept saying, we heard you say, Amelie.
I said what?
Over and over. Father, were you talking to Amelie?
What do you know about Emily?
Only what Mother told me.
What did your mother tell you?
That Emily died. That she only lived an hour.
She was our first child.
45 years ago, Father.
She died in the crib. I remember her so well.
Why do you talk to her now, Father? Why do you call to her?
Because she comes back to me when I call her.
Father, you don't mean that.
She comes back to me. To me. Not to anyone else. Only to me when I call her.
You don't believe in ghosts.
Emily is not a ghost. Her spirit comes back to me when I call.
Father, you can't believe
I am
this.
the only person left on earth she remembers. Her mother is dead. The midwife is dead. When I am dead, there'll be no one for her to come back to. No reason to come back.
You can't believe what you're saying.
I don't have to believe. Or not believe. I know.
I won't let you.
You have nothing to say about it. Nothing. I will not stay in this house and listen to you tell me that my Emily will not come when I call. I'm going to her now.
Father, wait! Father, come back!
Stefan, what's the matter?
Get out of my way.
Stefan!
Father! Oh, Father.
Well, he came tearing down the stairs. He brushed right past me. What's the matter with him?
I talked to him about Emily. I made him angry.
Where's he gone? Do you know?
To her. To Emily.
Emily, I need you, darling. Come be with me, my darling. Your father needs you. I need you, my sweet Emily.
Old man?
Oh, my Emily.
This is Stefan?
Emily.
Stefan, can I help you, old man?
No.
You remember me, don't you? From last night?
You're the young man with the mare. She was lame.
Ah, you should see her now.
They told me she's better.
Better than better. Come have a look. Please come. Look there. Look at her.
They're not fine. Not a sign of lameness.
I came to your house a little while ago. You were sleeping.
They told me you were there to say thanks. There was no need for that.
Oh, I'd like to do more than just leave my thanks. I'd like to invite you to my aunt's place.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
No, I'd like you to meet my aunt, please.
Your aunt won't mind?
No, not a bit. Come on, we'll both ride the mare. Here, I'll give you a leg up.
You're sure about your aunt now?
Oh, she'll be delighted. She doesn't get out much these days.
Is she very old?
Well, she's not young, but that's not why she stays home. She has this disfiguring growth on her head. It makes her shy.
Well, she should see a doctor.
No, she won't. Absolutely refuses, won't hear of it, hates them all.
Oh, that's very wrong.
Oh, yes, all the money in the world and won't go to a doctor. So she sits in her parlor and reads her Bible. Ah, there's the house.
Yes, the big stone house.
You know the house?
I've admired it since I was a boy.
My aunt bought it when my uncle died. My uncle was Fritz Halder. You've heard of him, the manufacturer?
I don't think so.
Around here, I understand my aunt is known as the Widow Halder.
Some folks are afraid of one thing, some are afraid of another. Everyone who's afraid wants to run and hide. It's natural. Most natural thing in the world. But what may be hiding in the hiding place? That's the question. It could be something else to be afraid of. I'll be back shortly with Act 3. A very old man is mounting the steps of a big stone house in the company of a very young man whose aunt is known to the village as the Widow Halder. Listen now.
My aunt is in.
Otto?
Ah, there you are, just where I knew you'd be. Come in, Stefan.
Where have you been all morning, Otto? I missed you at breakfast and Oh, you brought someone with you.
Yes, this is the very wonderful man I met near the cemetery last night when my mare went lame. Stefan, this is my aunt, Mrs. Halder.
How good of you to come by.
Madam.
I don't have many visitors, not anymore. And I seldom go out because of this on my head. I don't like to be seen. I hope it doesn't offend you.
No. Doesn't offend me at all.
Well, it offends me. Perhaps I'm too sensitive, but that's the way I am. So I sit here and read my Bible.
And that Bible's too heavy for you to hold in your lap all day.
But it's the family Bible. It's the one I'm used to. I love this Bible.
All right. Sit down, Stefan.
I'm all right. I'll stand.
Oh, both of you, sit down. And Otto, you tell me where you've been all morning and why you weren't at breakfast.
Now, I told you last night how the mare went lame and how I met Stefan near the cemetery. Well, this morning, I let her out of her stall and she was dancing on her toes. I couldn't believe it. Stefan hadn't done a thing but rub her postern a bit.
Is that really all you did?
I did nothing.
Well, he talked to her, rubbed her foreleg, and talked to her.
How remarkable. You're a remarkable man.
No.
Oh, you're staring at me.
Oh, I apologize.
It's this awful growth. Otto, fetch me my shawl. I'll cover my head.
No. Please please.
It's in my bedroom.
I am not offended. I give you my word. Otto, don't go.
No, it's all right. I'll be right back.
Mrs. Halder, I am not offended. I am sorry I stared so. I will not stare again. Please forgive me.
It's quite all right. Please, be calm. Sit down.
I can't.
Otto mentioned that you live with your daughter. Is that right?
My daughter Bertha.
And your son-in-law.
Manfred.
They have children.
No children.
How sad. Oh, here comes Otto with my scarf.
Mrs. Halder, forgive me, but I must take the Bible from you and...
Oh!
Stefan, have you gone mad?
Forgive me. I could not help myself.
Aunt, are you all right?
I think so.
I saw him take the Bible off your lap. Stefan!
He hit me with it. He brought it down on my head with all his strength.
Forgive me, I didn't know what I was doing. I wouldn't hurt you, Mrs. Halder. I wouldn't hurt anybody. When I feel this way, I see things. I feel things. The Bible seemed to put itself in my hands. I didn't think what I was doing. I could not think. The feeling was so great that I must smash this thing on your head. That's all I wanted to do, Mrs. Halder, to get rid of it.
And it looks to me as though you'd done that, Stefan. Aunt, go look in the mirror.
I know I'm not always in control of myself. I do things. I don't know why. I see things. I don't know why. But I would never hurt anyone.
It's unbelievable. The growth is gone.
Will you forgive me?
And there's no blood. No blood at all.
All the same, I'm going to get you to a doctor.
No doctors, no.
No, a blow on the head like that.
No, I'm all right. My head is clearing now. It was just the shock. And that awful, ugly thing is gone. I don't need a doctor.
Let me take you to my son-in-law. He's a fine doctor, a nice man. Maybe you've heard of him? Manfred Gottlieb?
Gottlieb?
You will like him.
Manfred Gottlieb is your son-in-law.
A wonderful man. A good doctor.
But you must be Bertha Gottlieb's father. You cured the Rothberg boy. And I've heard talk about Anna Brandt. Look what you did for Otto's mare. Look what you've done for me. Oh. Why, you're the man I've been trying to find. I've been asking for you. It was God's hand let you here.
Let me take you to Manfred's office.
I don't need him. I only need you.
If I've hurt your aunt in any way...
We'll soon know.
Otto, I don't want these spells that I have. I don't ask for them. Only sometimes the pain gets so great.
What pain?
Well, the pain of living. And it seems more than I can bear. I go to the grave of my wife and my baby daughter, my Amelie. And I call to her, my little one, who only had 1 hour of life. Then she comes to me and gives me comfort and courage and belief. I believe that even though I can do nothing about the great pain of living, there are other pains, and I can do something about them. I know I'm not quite myself when I'm like that. I know I'm not really strong or courageous. But when the spell is on me, the people in pain, they become transparent.
You mean you can see through them?
I do see through them.
How do you explain your hands?
Just hands?
Oh, no. The night you massaged the mare, I took hold of your hands and they gave off a glow, a sort of radiating warmth. I know, I felt it. They burned like a steady flame.
Perhaps I grow feverish when Emily is with me.
Now you go home and rest, Mrs. Halder. Come back in a few days and I'll change the bandage, or you can do it yourself.
I'll do it myself.
She's all right, Doctor?
Right as rain.
Well, what was it? I mean, the growth on her head.
It was a wen, a common, ordinary wen, a hardened cyst. If you'd come to see me, Mrs. Halder, I might have recommended that you have it removed by surgery.
Oh, no.
On the other hand, I might have done precisely what my father-in-law did, broken it with some heavy object. Probably not the Bible.
Come, Aunt. I'll take you home.
Thank you, Dr. Gottlieb.
You may get more of these growths, these wens on your head, Mrs. Halder, or someplace else on your body. Now, if you do, call me and I'll...
Oh, no. No, thank you. I know whom to call. And you'll come, won't you, Stefan? Of course you will. No offense, Doctor, but I put my faith in Stefan. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye, Stefan.
No offense, Doctor, but I put my faith in Stefan. Why did I bother to become a doctor at all? Why all those years at school? Why did I take examinations, get my license? What good is it if everyone would rather put their faith in a farmer?
Manfred, I'll never do it again.
Come in, the door's open. Oh, you again?
Doctor, those pains are back.
Well, of course those pains are back, because you've been drunk day and night. What do you expect?
Can't you do something, Doctor?
No, I can't. Only you can. Stop drinking. You've been drinking steadily for 30 years, and you have cirrhosis of the liver.
But the pains are awful.
Stop drinking for a month, and then come back and see me, and don't come back before. Silly old fool. Hasn't been sober for 10 minutes since he was 16. I can't help him if he won't...
Manfred, he has an obstruction of some kind.
He has a diseased liver.
But he has an obstruction in the intestines.
Now, look, you're not starting all over again, are you?
I saw. I could see it.
It's getting to be more than I can take, Stefan. You're interfering.
I saw. He was standing in the doorway, and I saw. His body was transparent. I could see everything. In his intestines, there is an obstruction. And that's what gives him pain.
Stop it, Stefan. I'm warning you.
It's all so clear, I
Evan,
know.
you're going to stop it if I have to.
Manfred, take the hurt on my throat.
Oh, Stefan. Oh, Stefan, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do... Stefan.
I'm all right. Give me that, man. I'm all right.
Let me loosen your shirt. Oh, Stefan, I don't know what possessed me. I lost control.
It's all right.
Stefan, look. Look at my hands. Look how they move. My fingers. No pain from the arthritis.
What does it mean?
It means... Well, it must mean the arthritis is better. It's gone, perhaps.
Oh, Manfred.
The way I unbuttoned your shirt. So fast. No trouble. No pain.
Is it possible?
It's true. Look. Look how I can move them, Stefan.
The way you used to...
Stefan, I felt the warmth Otto was talking about. The heat from your hands. When you were trying to tear my hands from your throat, I felt it. A warm glow.
You really felt it?
Yes, a glow. A radiance. Stefan, give me your hands. Yes. There it is. It's a fire. A fire. Bertha!
Manfred, please. I think you're wrong.
Oh, how can I be wrong? Look at these fingers. Look how they move. Watch me unbutton my coat. Oh, Stefan, I had to lose my temper. Try to choke you in order to touch you. I might have killed you.
Oh, you wouldn't
Where's
have.
Bertha? Bertha!
Manfred, you're excited.
Excited? I'm delirious. I can go back to surgery. We'll be rich again. Our lives will change. Yours, too.
I don't want my life changed, Manfred. It means my daughter thinks me mad, deranged.
Oh, she won't.
It's only when my Amelie is with me, my little one, that I see him. It's Amelie who gives me the power.
Bertha, where are you? Are you upstairs?
I'm nothing without Amelie. It's her innocent soul that enters into me.
What are you doing home at this hour?
Bertha, where were you?
Oh, I was taking a nap.
Bertha, look. My hands. Look how my fingers move.
What happened?
Your father happened. His wonderful hands. Bertha, you remember the young man with the mare? How Stefan put his hands on the mare's foreleg and the mare got up and walked?
We don't know that.
It's true.
You haven't seen the mare?
It happened to me, believe me.
I can't.
I didn't believe it either, but then Mrs. Holder came to the office.
Mrs. Holder?
Yes, she's the aunt of the young man with the mare. Stefan went to see Mrs. Holder.
He didn't.
Her nephew took him there, Bertha. And Stefan broke the wen on her head with a big Bible.
Oh, no.
He did right, Bertha, right. It was only a wen, and he was right. He didn't know what he was doing, and he was right.
Manfred, you must stop this talk.
Bertha, after Mrs. Holder left, an old patient of mine came in. The man has been a drunk for years. I was sure his liver was enlarged, diseased. Well, I sent him away. And then your father said, Manfred, you are wrong. The man has an obstruction. His intestines are blocked.
You believed him?
No, I didn't believe him. I was out of my mind with rage that he would dare to tell me that I was wrong. And But Bertha, I took him by the throat. He tried to tear my hands away, and it was then. Bertha, it was then that I felt the heat. The blessed heat from his hands entering into mine. And now look.
Bertha, if he can use his hands, be happy.
Father, how long will it last?
How can I know?
Your moods, your spells, they've bewitched us all.
I never meant harm.
Oh, they've got to stop. I want you to stay away from the cemetery.
I'll stay away.
I'll watch you every minute.
If you like.
I won't let you out of my sight. I'll treat you like a child.
As you were.
Because you are a child.
I am a very old man.
From now on, you're my child.
No. From now on, you will have your own child. A real child. Not me.
What?
I can see. The child is growing inside you. Soon you'll know it yourself. Next spring, you will bear your child, and it will be beautiful. A little girl. And you will... I hope you will give her the beautiful name of Emily.
Father!
Then my Emily can rest. I won't have to call her anymore. She can rest.
Did you believe our story? For that matter, did I? Now, really, what difference does it make if you believe it or if I do? For the truth is that none of us knows what transpires in the mind and heart of a very old man. I'll be back shortly. Ever happen to look up the word murder in a dictionary? No? Then I'll tell you how the dictionary defines it. To kill with premeditated malice. The wrongful, intentional slaying of one human being by another. But don't let a wee bit of murder upset you, friends. The people on Mystery Theater don't mind being killed. Not a bit. Because every one of them is a deadhead. Our cast included Santos Ortega, Norman Rose, Bryna Rayburn, and Billy Redfield. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. In our world, nothing is lost. The droppings of birds fertilize the ground sends up grass, the grass nourishes the sheep. Evil lives on as well. A bit of gossip becomes a rumor. The rumor grows into a falsehood. The falsehood engenders fear, and the fear leads to a killing. A malicious word wounds a soul. An act of indifference congeals a heart. For good or for evil, nothing is lost. Our mystery drama, Nobody Dies, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Elspeth Eric and stars Terry Keane and Ann Shepard. The story has its beginning 50 years ago. It's a beautiful spring day. A young woman stands at the door of a large colonial house, dignified and serene and surrounded by great stretches of clipped lawn, spotted here and there by beds of bright flowers. There is something tentative in the manner of the young woman, something timid as she raises her hand to touch the button by the door.
I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing here? The advertisement in the local paper, it said, housekeeper wanted, live-in, private quarters, apply between 9 and 10 a.m. It had given the address and the name Holt, and that was all. I knew this was a very fancy section of our town, and the minute I saw the big white house with the green shutters, my knees started to shake. Would anyone trust me with the care of such a house? But I pushed the button and said a little prayer. I was desperate. I needed this job more than anything in the world.
Yes?
There she stood, the woman who had to be Mrs. Holt, who held my future in her hands. She was about my own age. She was tall, blonde, and serene. And she was very, very pregnant.
You've come about the position?
The job, yes.
Well, come on in.
Oh, thank you very much.
Shall we go into the living room?
Yes, thank you.
Sit down. Any place? You look rather young. How old are you?
29.
Ah. Well, tell me about yourself. Or would you rather I told you about the position first?
That would be fine.
Right. This house has 10 rooms. 5 bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are in the back of the house, and they have their own bath. Those will be reserved for whoever takes the position.
Oh, that sounds very nice.
And there's a cook. Cleaning woman comes in 3 times a week. It's a question of making beds and doing some dusting, answering the door, doing the shopping, things like that, and supervising the cook and the cleaning lady.
It doesn't sound very hard.
Well, it's what I used to do myself, till I got pregnant.
When are you going to have your baby?
Any minute now, can't you tell? Now, tell me about yourself. Don't think I mind your being young. I'd like to have someone my own age around the house.
Well, I used to have a house. I mean, not a house like this, just a little house. But I did all the work, and I think I kept it nice, clean and nice, you know, and attractive.
I'm sure you did. But you have a house now.
I couldn't afford it after my husband left me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Since he left me, I've been living in a furnished room, and I've been doing house cleaning by the day. I'm very good at it. But it's not like living in a real house. I mean, having something to count on.
Oh, of course it isn't.
Especially when you have a little boy to think of.
A little boy? You have a little boy?
Mm-hmm. 2 years old.
Well, how do you manage? Working all day in other people's homes.
Well, I take him with me. He has his toys and his coloring books, and he's never any trouble, really. He never cries, and he's never been sick, never. I mean, not even a cold.
All right. All right, I understand.
But if we could be in the same house all the time...
I understand. I really do. What would you want in the way of salary?
Oh, anything. Whatever you want to pay.
I'll be as generous as I possibly can. What's your little boy's name?
Jamie. His name is Jamie. That was the beginning of the most beautiful part of my whole life. Mrs. Holt's baby was born about 3 weeks later, a little girl. And she was named Verity. Isn't that a beautiful name, Verity? It means truth or reality. I looked it up. It took me a while to get up the nerve to ask her where Mr. Holt was, the baby's father. And when she told me he'd died right soon after she got pregnant, I cried. Besides running the house, I helped take care of the baby, the little girl Verity. And you don't have to believe this if you don't want to, but Jamie was never one bit jealous of Verity. Children are, you know. And very often they're jealous of new babies, and you have to be careful. But even Mrs. Holt noticed how Jamie loved the baby.
Alice, you'll never believe this.
What won't I believe?
I was in the nursery this morning, and Jamie was standing by the baby's crib, and you know what I heard him say? I love you, Verity, a bushel and a peck, and a hug around the neck. Really, I heard him. That's what he said.
Well, that's what I used to say to him when he was a baby. I still say it.
Ah, you're a wonderful mother, Alice.
Life just went on that way, and I was as happy as it was possible to be.
Alice, look at this.
What? Why, it's a drawing.
In pastels.
Of a little bird on a branch.
Oh, it's very good, don't you think?
It's very touching. Very sweet.
Jamie gave it to me.
Jamie?
He made it in school.
But he's only 8 years old.
No. I'm going to frame it, and I'm going to hang it on the wall.
That's the way it went. Every day better than the one before. And nothing but nice things to look forward to.
Where did Jamie learn so much poetry, Alice?
Well, I suppose he learned it in school.
I heard him the other day. He and Verity were out here in the garden, and I could hear them through the window, loud and clear. Stay, O sweet, and do not rise. The light that shines comes from thine eyes. The day breaks not. It is my heart, because that you and I must part. Stay, or else my joys will die and perish in their infancy.
Well, for heaven's sake.
I happen to know that's John Donne from the 16th century, and why a boy of 14 would bother to learn it, I can't imagine.
Jamie went on learning poetry. I never asked him about it, why he bothered. I thought it was nice that he did. One day I heard his voice in the conservatory. I stopped to listen, and then I realized he wasn't alone.
For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
Oh, Jamie, that's beautiful.
That's Shakespeare.
Jamie was just 16. I didn't know a line of Shakespeare, and I'd never known that he did. I couldn't help asking him about it.
I know all of Shakespeare's sonnets by heart.
Oh, my goodness, I am impressed.
I hope Verity was impressed. I was trying to tell her how much I love her.
Love? You told her you loved her?
I've always loved her. She knows that.
You're both very young.
Romeo and Juliet were even younger, Mom.
Well, life went on. Jamie got into the local college right in the same town. Lucky for us, because he could go on living at home. He'd finished his second year, and Verity was enrolled to start that fall.
Mom, I'm going to ask Verity to marry me.
Jamie.
No, I don't mean right away. I mean when she's finished college. But by then I'll be making a living.
You're sure about that?
Of course, I'm sure.
Darling, there's no need to rush into anything, you know?
I'm not rushing. I'm just asking her.
But you'll meet other girls?
Mom, I've loved Verity all my life. Don't you know that?
He asked you to marry him?
Well, of course, he didn't mean right away. After she finishes college, he wouldn't expect her to marry him now.
That's very considerate of him.
Mrs. Holt, I don't think we have to take it seriously. They'll both meet other people. Jamie says that won't make any difference, but you never can tell, can you?
I think I'll send Verity away to college. Some good Eastern school.
Oh, would you do that? They're both so happy here.
Alice, how much did you have to do with this?
With what, Mrs. Holt?
With this attachment, this liaison between your son and my daughter.
Well, I didn't have anything to do with it.
You plotted, didn't you? From the beginning, you plotted and you schemed to make everything turn out this way.
No, I had no idea anything like this.
First, you wormed your way into this house, bringing your son with you. Then you made yourself indispensable. You pretended to be my friend.
I did not pretend. None of this is true.
Are you some kind of witch? I think you are. And you've been weaving spells up there alone in your room.
No, Mrs. Holt,
Surely
no.
you know, you've always known that my daughter could never marry a son of yours. It's unthinkable.
But I had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. Or had I had everything to do with it? I don't know, and I have thought long and hard about it. I'm reduced to calling it fate. Simply fate. Or call it the machinations of some spirit perhaps lodged in me, a spirit whose name I don't know. If such a spirit chose to work through me, it was without my knowledge or my will. I swear that's true. I swear. I believe. I think it's true. Oh, I hope it's true.
Of course, there are spirits in all of us. Spirits full of energy and of huge power. Some drive the people they inhabit to great accomplishment. Then, of course, there are other spirits, equally potent. Spirits which move their possessors to cowardice, to morbidity, to self-destruction, even to the annihilation of those they love. I'll be back shortly with Act 2. When Alice became housekeeper to the affluent Mrs. Holt, it was a relief from a life of drudgery and anxiety, and a haven both for herself and for her son Jamie, 2 years old. When her employer soon after gave birth to a daughter, it was only natural that Alice should retain her position in the household and that the two children should grow up together. However, at the close of Act 1, we heard...
Alice, how much did you have to do with this?
With what, Mrs.
With this attachment, this liaison between your son and my daughter.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
You plotted, didn't you? You plotted and schemed and made everything turn out this way. Surely you know, you've always known that my daughter could never marry a son of yours. It's unthinkable.
My beautiful life in her beautiful house had come to an end. Our friendship had ended, too. If indeed it had ever been the friendship I'd thought it to be. For the first time, she had reminded me that I was her servant, and my son was the son of a servant, and that the marriage of her daughter to the son of one such as myself was, what was the word? Unthinkable. I started to pack our clothes, Jamie's and mine. That you, Jamie?
It's Mrs. Holt, Alice.
Oh, just a minute.
I want to talk to you, Alice.
Well, all right, come in.
Thank you. You've been packing?
You don't want us here anymore.
Oh, Alice, I didn't mean anything like that.
You are afraid Verity might want to marry Jamie, and he's not good enough for her.
But, as you said, Alice, they're both very young. They'll meet other people. Now that I've had a little time to think about it, I realize how right you are. It was just a kind of shock when you first told me. Verity isn't old enough to marry anyone.
You said I planned it for them to fall in love and get married.
That was a ridiculous thing for me to say. Please forgive me. We've been together so long. Won't you forgive me? Please.
I suppose the idea was kind of a shock to you.
It was. Or I couldn't have said those things.
Well, if you really didn't mean them...
I didn't.
Then I guess it's all right.
Oh, Alice. Thank you. You'll never regret it. And you will stay on here, won't you?
I've always loved it here, Mrs. Holt. And so has Jamie.
Then it's settled. You'll stay on, and so will Jamie.
But she sent Verity away to a college in the East. Mrs. Holt had said she would do it, and she did. Verity and Jamie wrote to each other almost every day. I think he wrote every day. His ways grew quieter, more reserved, but he'd always been like that, more or less, and I didn't worry about him. Not until Verity came home for her vacation.
Verity's engaged to some guy.
Some guy?
Well, some guy she met in the East.
Oh, Jamie.
What's the matter?
Well, you mean you don't care?
Well, why should I care? She won't marry him.
How can you be so sure?
Verity belongs to me. She always has, ever since she was born.
Jamie's confidence frightened me. I thought back to when Mrs. Holt had called me some kind of a witch. I didn't want to hear those words again from her lips. Besides, Jamie could be right. Maybe Verity wouldn't marry the man she met in the East. Maybe in some way I didn't comprehend she belonged to my son. But then a year later, it happened.
We'll have the wedding right here in the house, I think. Or would it be better in a church?
I think a church wedding would be the nicest.
You're probably right. His parents will be here. They'll expect it. His father's in the diplomatic service. Did I tell you?
No, you didn't tell me.
Yes, I think we'll have the wedding in the church.
I think that's best.
Alice, of course, Verity will want Jamie to be there. But he needn't attend if he doesn't want to. We'll all understand.
It wasn't their understanding I cared about. It was Jamie's. He had to understand that he'd aspired to something too far above him. That he would never have the girl he'd loved from the day she was born. He had to understand and go on living as best he could, till some other girl could fill the void in his life.
I'll be there. Why not?
Jamie, if it's too painful...
It will be painful, but that's all right.
I'm so glad you're taking it this way.
What way am I taking it?
Well, realistically, facing up to it.
Didn't you tell me that's what Verity means? Reality, the truth?
Yes, I did tell you that.
Well, then. Besides, Verity still belongs to me. No matter what she does with her life or I do with mine, Verity still belongs to me, and she always will. That's reality, and that's truth.
His words echoed in my mind all during the ceremony. Just as he'd said he'd be, Jamie was in the church, standing up way in the back, his eyes never leaving the handsome young couple at the altar. The young married couple took off on their honeymoon. Jamie went on to finish college, and Mrs. Holt and I went on in the big house. Not quite the friends we once had been, but on good terms. And one day...
Another letter from Verity. It's from London.
What does she have to say?
Oh, lots of things. Dear Mummy, we're settled here in the dearest flat you've ever seen. It's in Chelsea, a very old part of London, but fashionable in an arty sort of way.
We go to the theater all the time. The theater is so wonderful here and not too expensive. I mean, compared with other things. And we go to parties, mostly with other couples living the same kind of life we do. Diplomatic service life, I mean. We've made some dear friends.
And here, she goes on about their friends. Bibsy and Punko and Tupper and Jinky. I can't make out all the names. Now, here's one here that looks like... Did somebody come in?
I think it's Jamie.
Jamie, that you?
I was just going upstairs.
I've got a letter from Verity.
Oh?
And I was just reading it to your mother. You want to hear it?
Well, I was just going upstairs.
But I'm almost finished. Here, let's see, where was I? All about, yes. I've saved the best news for the last, Mummy. I'm going to have a baby. Oh!
A baby? Verity's going to have a baby?
Oh, why didn't she send me a cable or call up?
When is she going to have it?
She says, wait, not for 8 months, but she couldn't resist telling... Oh, I wonder if I should go over there. Or if she'll want to come here. Oh, dear me, there's so much to think about. My first grandchild. Imagine.
Jamie? Where did Jamie go?
Alice, I'm going to go down to the cable office and tell her to phone me collect tonight. I'll be back right away.
Jamie?
And,
are you upstairs?
I'll give her your love, Alice.
Jamie? Where are you? Jamie? Jamie? Are you all right? Jamie! Oh, no, dear Lord, don't let it be. Don't let it... Oh, my... Jamie. Jamie, what have you done?
I missed them.
Oh, you're bleeding.
I missed twice.
Your head is bleeding.
It's not so easy to kill yourself.
No, I'll get the doctor.
No, don't leave me. Stay with me.
Jamie, I have to call a doctor. Please, let go of my arm.
I want you to stay with me, Mom.
Please, Jamie, let me.
I'll be all right. I want you with me, Mom. It's always been you and me. You've always been with me. You've never gone off and left me. Don't go off and leave me now.
Please, you've got to let me call the doctor, please.
I won't die. Nobody dies, Mom.
Jamie, please.
And I want you to tell that to Verity, Mom. Will you do that? Tell her nobody really dies. Everybody goes on and on.
Please,
son. Good old Mom, you're really the best. Oh, always there when I needed you. Always right nearby. Always where you could see me and hear me. Remember, Mom, all my life from way back. Be near me now, Mom. Listen to me now.
Yes, all right.
Did you understand what I told you? About what to tell Verity?
You mean that nobody dies?
That's right. Tell her that. She'll understand. Just say, nobody dies.
The blood was still running from his poor head, and he was still staring at me. But the hand that had been gripping my arm went limp, and I knew he was dead. The light had gone out of his eyes. The light had gone out of his life. My son was dead. My son was dead. I tried to take that in, even as his last words echoed through my mind. Nobody dies. Nobody dies.
The beginning of mourning is the acceptance of the fact of death. We twist and turn to evade the reality. We make up fantasies to deny it. We comfort ourselves with memories which hurt while they comfort. There simply is no way to escape the awful pain. Unless perhaps we can bring ourselves to believe what appears to be a flagrant lie. Unless we can believe that nobody dies. I'll return shortly with Act 3. Toward the end of the act just completed, Alice's son Jamie shot himself after hearing the news that the girl he had loved all his life, who had married another man, was now preparing to give birth to that man's child. Holding fast to his mother's hand, Jamie had spoken his last words.
Tell her that, Mom. Verity will understand. Tell her nobody dies.
Mrs. Holt, of course, was dreadfully shocked when she came home, and I had to tell her what had happened. We never discussed it or referred to it in any way. But I'm certain she knew as well as I that the fact of Verity's being pregnant crushed Jamie's last hope that one day she might return to him. At any rate, Mrs. Holt persuaded her daughter to come back to her mother's house to have her child.
Oh, Alice, it's so marvelous being here. You know, I really didn't know I'd need my mother so much. But the first time, you know how it is. It's all so new, so important.
Your husband couldn't come with you?
No, not right now. They can't spare him in London. Maybe later.
Verity, I have something I want to give to you, if you don't mind.
How could I possibly mind?
Well, I don't want to make you sad, but, these are some of Jamie's baby clothes.
Oh, Alice.
Now, they may be old-fashioned by now. I don't know what babies wear these days.
Not very much.
But they are all made by hand, and you don't see much of that anymore.
Oh, they're lovely. You know, Jamie was my dearest friend. For years and years, more than a friend, more like a brother.
He loved you.
I know he did.
The last words he spoke before he died, they were for you.
For me, really?
He said, "Nobody dies, Mom. Tell Verity that. She'll understand. Nobody dies." That was the last thing he ever said. A couple of seconds later, he was dead.
Alice.
Verity, do you know what he meant?
Well, no, not exactly.
He said that you would know. He was very definite about that.
Well, perhaps he meant that as long as a person is remembered by the people who loved him, that he isn't really dead.
You think that's what he meant?
I can't think of anything else.
Well, Verity had her baby, a darling little boy named John, after his father. And a few months later, Verity went back to London, but she phoned once a week at least, and the letters flew thick and fast across the ocean. Sometimes Verity would write to me about the baby, nice chatty notes full of all sorts of details. Then one day, I got a present in the mail. Well, imagine all the way from London. Imagine Verity thinking of me. That's really wonderful of her.
What is it?
Well, it's a drawing.
Well, so it is.
A drawing of a bird sitting on the branch of a tree.
So it is.
She said it's little John's first drawing, and she wants me to have it.
done in pastels.
Yes. It's very good, don't you think?
Alice, how old was Jamie when he did the picture of the bird sitting on a branch?
I said I didn't remember, but I did. It was when Jamie was precisely the age that little John was when he painted his bird on a branch. One night the phone rang. It was London calling. Verity was on the other end, and Mrs. Holt told me to listen in on the upstairs extension.
Verity?
Mother?
How are you, darling?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine.
How's Alice?
She's on the extension. Alice, say hello.
I'm fine, Verity. How's the boy?
He's marvelous, simply marvelous, almost as tall as I am.
No.
You mean it?
And bright, you'd hardly believe it.
Of course I'd believe it. Why wouldn't I?
Well, I never was. Listen, he knows poetry, really.
That's remarkable.
He recited a whole poem to me today. Not a long poem.
Well, I should hope.
Something by John Donne.
John Donne?
16th century. Can you imagine something about, stay, O sweet, and do not rise? I forget.
The light that shines comes from your eyes.
Yes, that's it. Alice, is that you?
The day breaks not. It is my heart, because that you and I must part.
You know it. You really know it.
Stay, or else my joys will die and perish in their infancy.
That's it. Can you imagine a young boy knowing something like that?
Verity, my dear, we've talked long enough.
Oh, but I have all kinds of things to tell you yet.
Yes, it'll have to do for now. We're rather busy here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll call you next week then. Bye. Bye, Alice.
Alice, will you come downstairs, please?
There was nothing I could say to Mrs. Holt. Of course, it was the same poem Jamie had learned and recited at exactly the same age. But Jamie had died a full year before this boy was born. This boy lived 3,000 miles away in a foreign country. Then came the fateful day. Verity arrived from London.
Darling, how wonderful you've come home.
Mother?
How are you, Verity? Welcome back.
Alice?
Darling, you don't look at all well.
Don't I?
Have you been ill?
No.
Did your husband come with you?
No. No, my son came with me.
Well, for heaven's sakes, where is he?
Oh, he'll be along presently. I wanted to see you alone first.
Well, I'll just go upstairs and see if everything...
Alice, please stay here. I want to talk to both of you.
All right.
Mother, this is going to come as a shock for you. My husband has left me.
Oh, darling.
Oh, Verity, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Well, perhaps it's not final.
It's final.
Well, whatever happened, I'm sure it wasn't your fault.
I don't know whose fault it was.
There are always two sides to every...
Maybe it was your fault, Alice.
Mine?
Or maybe it was the fault of your son.
What could Jamie have to do with it?
I believe that he was some kind of sorcerer or a wizard of some kind, and you are a witch and a hag.
Verity, don't.
I believe the two of you conspired against me from the very start, from the day you entered this house.
What are you talking about?
You don't know. You really don't know.
I swear I don't know.
Stay where you are, both of you. I have something to show you. Johnny? Johnny, can you come in here, please?
Mrs. Holt, what's happened?
Quiet, Alice.
Mother? Alice? This is my son, John.
Grandma, it's been so long. Now, how many years?
A good many years.
Well, you got a kiss for me?
Of course, John. Of course, my boy.
And you're Alice. Hello, Alice.
I could could only stare, dumbstruck, at the handsome young man who stood before me, holding out his hand, a warm, friendly smile on his face. For that face, that smile, that voice, all were exact replicas of the face and the smile and the voice of my dead son. Young John, in the innocence of his youth and the ignorance, was the only one of the household who retained any self-possession. Verity moved about the house with a tight mouth and baleful look. Mrs. Holt kept to her room most of the time. When I took her something to eat, she told me that Verity and John would stay on with her. John was going to teach at the local high school, and Verity... Well, where could Verity go?
Verity's child was destined to be the precise image of Jamie. Why? I don't know. But I don't blame you.
Perhaps you should. I hoped for so many years that they would marry and have a child. Perhaps all my hoping, my wishing, my praying for something that never came to pass. But you mustn't think Jamie had anything to do with it.
Didn't he wish, hope, and pray?
Yes, but he loved her so. He'd never have wanted anything like this to happen to her.
I don't know. I cannot tell. But this I do know for a certainty. There are forces in the world over which we have no control. Alice, I think you best leave this house. Tonight, if possible.
I did leave that night and moved into a furnished room. I got work almost immediately, cleaning by day, just as I'd done before Jamie and I became part of Mrs. Holt's household. Every now and then, I would walk by the high school just to catch a glimpse of young John, who was teaching there. It was a thrill. Strange, macabre, but still a thrill to see that straight young figure, that fresh young face, so exactly like that of my dead son. One day as school was letting out for the day, I summoned my courage and spoke to him. Mr. Holt?
Huh?
John?
Well, it's Alice, isn't it?
Yes, it's Alice.
Well, I've asked Mother about you. Why aren't you living with us anymore? You moved out so suddenly.
Well, with you and your mother there, you needed the room.
Oh, there's plenty of room. Now, come on, why don't you move back?
Oh, no. Really, I couldn't. Tell me, what are you teaching? What subject?
English literature. What I've always wanted to teach.
Oh, that's nice.
With special emphasis on the greatest writer of them all.
You mean...
Shakespeare. Of course.
You like Shakespeare?
I worship him. I always have. I knew all of Shakespeare's sonnets, all of them, by the time I was 16.
I stayed away from the school after that. I was afraid of what might happen. Not a tangible fear, you understand, for I had no idea what there was to be afraid of. Only I think that I might indeed be a witch, a sorceress. But then came a day when it was imperative that I see not John, but his mother, Verity.
What was it you wanted to tell me, Alice? You said it was important.
It is. Tomorrow is John's birthday.
I know that. Did you think I'd forget my own son's birthday?
No, of course I didn't think that. But you might not remember. After tomorrow, John will be of the same age as Jamie was. When
he died? Is that what you mean?
When he killed himself.
Killed himself? Alice, no one ever told me that. Mother said it was an accident.
Verity, he shot himself twice when he heard that you were going to have a child.
Oh, Alice, I should have been told
What
this.
could you have done? Nothing.
Alice, I must tell you something. If there was any sorcery or any witchcraft, it was wrought by me. Every day of the 9 months I carried John within me, I wished with all my heart and all my soul that I could be carrying Jamie's child.
A whole year has passed. Nothing untoward has happened to John. I believe him to be safe. I still live in a furnished room and go out to work by the day. But on Thanksgiving and Christmas and sometimes on other holidays, I go to the big white house and spend a pleasant day. And when I hear John's voice, his laughter, when I look at his handsome face, his friendly smile, so often directed at me, then I think to myself, it's true, quite true, what Jamie said to me at the last. Nobody dies. Not really. Nobody really dies.
Our drama appears to end on a placid note. 4 people gathered round a festive table. If you walked in on them today, you would never guess that behind their light talk, their pleasant smile, their solicitude for one another, their consideration and their kindnesses, lies a deep and mysterious tragedy which no one of them comprehends. I'll be back shortly. If there is a moral to be gleaned from our story, and I do not think there is, and certainly there was never meant to be, it is the old one. Be careful what you wish for. You might get it. But if you take my advice, you will not look for a moral. You will simply accept the whole thing for what it is, and no more. A story. Our cast included Terry Keane, Ann Shepard, Jack Grimes, and Morgan Fairchild. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. There's a famous, if ancient phrase, written by the Latin poet Virgil, Timeo Danaos dona ferentes. Translation, beware the Greeks bearing gifts. This would seem to contradict another, perhaps older saw, never look a gift horse in the mouth. The story I bring you relates to both of these, but in the end, you will have to decide which is closer to the truth. Mystery drama, The Gift House, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Ian Martin and stars Joyce Gordon and Paul Hecht. I'll be back shortly with Act 1. Until 6 months ago, she was one of the lucky ones. Her name was Nancy Ryan. She had come from the Midwest to conquer the theater and miraculously landed in the chorus of a top hit as a dancer. She thought then she was pretty lucky. Then she met Ted Pryor, a reporter for the New York World Sun, and having married him, knew she was the luckiest girl in the world. 3 months after they were married and her pregnancy was confirmed, she had no doubt that the whole world was her oyster. Then life decided to redress the balance.
Oh, what? Oh, where are we?
Oh, turn it off, Ted.
What?
The alarm, honey.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I love you. Good morning.
I love you, too, but... Oh, dear.
What is it?
Oh, same old morning problem. Comes with being pregnant. I'll see you later.
Oh, Nancy, what have I done to you? And what are you going to do when you hear the bad news? Feel better, honey?
No problems. It's the way girls are built. The baby's great.
Well, that's good. Come here. That's nice. Let's snooze a little, huh?
Oh, Ted, we can't. You'll be late at the paper.
Oh, that's all right. They're not expecting me this morning. What? Who? Oh, where is it?
It's not the alarm this time, darling. It's the phone, dummy. Here, I'll get it.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I have it. Hello?
Good morning. I trust I didn't disturb you.
No. That's all right. Who is this?
My name is G. Wellington Montgomery. I am a solicitor. Would I be talking to Mr. Edward Pryor?
Yeah, this is Ted Pryor.
Well, happy to make your acquaintance. But actually, I think it's your wife I wish to speak with. Was she the former Nancy Ryan?
Yeah, I guess so.
From Ponca City, Oklahoma?
That's right, yeah.
Nancy Evans Ryan?
No, wait a minute. Mr. Montgomery, what is all this about?
Well, I think perhaps it would be better if I talked to your wife directly. I may have some information for her that would be greatly to her benefit.
Yes, Mr. Montgomery, I understand. Oh, I certainly will. Just let me talk it over with my husband. Oh, of course. I'll get back to you as soon as I can and let you know our plans. Thank you.
Well, can I know just what this is all about?
Oh, but didn't you hear?
Well, yes, some uncle of yours or relative or whatever he was died and left you something?
That's right. Oh, I forgot he was even around. He was a cousin or something of my mother's. I never even met him. But, honey, he's left me everything as his sole heir.
What's everything?
Well, just an old house, I guess. Mr. Montgomery said there was only a couple of $100 in cash.
Where is the house?
Quaguntuck.
How's that again?
Quaguntuck. It's an Indian name.
Oh.
It's not that far away. It's right out on Long Island near Montauk.
Is that where this Montgomery lawyer is at?
Yes. I mean, he lives in Montauk.
Oh. So, what happens now?
Well, there are papers to sign giving us title to the house and all that. And once that's all cleared away, it's ours to do whatever we want with.
Yeah, yours.
Well, what do you mean mine? Everything we have, we share.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble.
What do you mean, Ted?
I haven't anything to share as of now.
Honey, I still don't understand.
No, of course you don't. You see, darling, I don't have a job. I mean, I haven't had one for almost 2 weeks.
The paper fired you?
Well, it's just that circulation's fallen off. Last in, first out. That was me. I mean, how do we swing this apartment with no one working, afford a baby, and come up roses?
I think we better do what the lawyer suggested.
Like what?
Like, rather than try to do all this by mail, we drive out to Quagantuk and take a look at the house I inherited.
Sure. Great. What are we driving?
Well, a rental car.
Okay, honey. Pack your fancy duds. We're on our way. Hey, this is the life, eh?
Oh, Ted, it's beautiful.
Too bad it isn't real summer.
Well, it's Indian summer. That's even better. Just look at all the trees. They're a riot of color.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Looks like your color is going to be blotted out. Patches of fog ahead.
Oh, dear. I hope it doesn't get any thicker. Where are we now?
Well, we just went through Amagansett. We should be there in half an hour.
Oh.
What's wrong, honey?
Oh, I don't know.
You cold? You want me to roll up the window?
No. No, I'm not cold. It's just...
Just what?
Oh. My mother used to call it a ghost walking over your grave. Oh, Ted, I just had this nutty premonition we shouldn't go any further. We should turn back and run.
Without even seeing the house?
Well, I told you it was nutty. Guess you'll just have to excuse a pregnant old lady.
Well, I certainly am grateful the fog lifted. Now you can see the house Chris left you.
Oh, well, I'm grateful too, Mr. Montgomery. What do you think, Ted?
Well, it's bigger than I thought. Sure is a screwball joint, though.
Oh, but honey, it has a quaint and, I don't know, individual charm.
You could say that all right, Mrs. Pryor. Individual. Why, Chris built this house up from the ground with his own hands, excepting for the help he got from Pete Prouty and old Amos Scobie, rest his soul.
Are they dead, too? Like my uncle?
Oh, Ed Scobie died 30 years ago, maybe. But Pete Prouty's still spry.
Wasn't my Uncle Chris ever married?
Oh, he was married, all right. Sourest apple ever came out of the barrel. Never would live in this house with him, holed up in a little apartment she had in Montauk. Made him stay there with her.
You mean he never used the house?
Oh, he used it, all right. Excuse to get away from her. I'd say Chris Evans spent the better part of 40 years building this house just so he could be with his cronies and a jug of wine to keep from remembering he was married to the sorriest excuse for a woman the good Lord ever devised. Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. I'm afraid I'm not giving your house a very good name.
Oh, I don't know. I think my uncle had good reason to love it. There must be a magnificent view from the cliff here when it's not foggy.
All the way to Portugal, Europe.
It's like another world.
Hey, look down there, Nancy. There's a nice little sandy beach.
It's good for swimming because it's sheltered from the big Atlantic seas and a fine natural harbor. Chris used to moor a catboat down there, and he... Uh-oh.
There's something wrong, Mr. Montgomery?
Yes, the wind shifted. It'll bring the fog back. Besides, it's after sunset and the light goes fast these fall days. If you want to see anything in this house of yours, we'd better get on with it.
Hey, is that a car in the garage there?
Yeah, that's Chris's old Packard station wagon. Runs like a dream. Or at least it did up to the day he died.
Is that part of my inheritance?
Sure is. Now, we'll have to go around the side of the house. The front door's on the lee side.
Okay. Hey, isn't that a kitchen door right next to the garage?
That's what it is. But we can't get in that way.
It looks as though you have enough keys there to open everything.
I surely do. But there's only one that's important. This fella.
What a funny, fat little key. What's it for?
Burglar alarm.
Burglar alarm?
You have many robberies around here?
Oh, not so you'd notice. Nobody's got that much to steal. But Chris, he's not only got one system, but two. A backup in case the first one fails.
Well, what was he afraid someone might be after?
And if you ask me, I think he put them in to keep his wife out. I don't think he ever used them after she up and died. Well, here we are. That's the alarm. And now for the door. I was the one who put the alarms back on while the house was standing empty, just in case. Now, watch your step. It's kind of dark here in the hall.
Living room's to the left. I'll get some light. Oh, sakes alive.
Oh.
What's happened?
The whole room is torn apart.
Somebody was sure looking for something. Well, it looks as if a hurricane went through here.
Well, what about the rest of the house?
We'd better have a look. I am mortified at all the damage. Fortunately, there is some insurance. I'll get busy on that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, what I'd like to know is that what whoever it was looking for must have been something pretty valuable.
Oh, couldn't have been anything like that. I've handled Chris Evans' affairs all my life. And I tell you, he was a man who lived up to every penny he made. And at that, he never made much more than pennies.
Well, then why would anyone have done all this damage?
Well, that's what I said from the first. I don't know what young people are coming to these days. Vandalism. Sheer vandalism. But that's beside the point for the moment. First things first. Now, obviously, you can't stay here tonight as you planned.
Of course we can stay here.
The place is a shambles, Nan.
Well, darling, the big bedroom with the foam mattress, that's not damaged too badly. And there were plenty of sheets, I saw. We have all the food we brought along in the cooler, and there's even some instant coffee in the kitchen. We'll make out.
Well, now, if you're sure...
Oh, of course I am.
Mr. Pryor?
Whatever Nancy wants, Nancy gets.
Well, then, that fog's getting pretty thick. Might be a good idea for you to stay put. Well, I'll be in my office all tomorrow morning. I'll wait for you to get in touch with me. Goodbye now.
Nancy, are you awake? Shh. What is it?
I thought I heard something. Listen.
Holy cow, it's the alarms.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going to turn off that racket.
Oh, no, you're not. Are you crazy? You've got nothing to defend yourself with. Those alarms didn't go off by themselves, Ted. There's someone else in the house.
Which one of us has not wakened at some time in the middle of the night to that gagging feeling of the heart in the throat and the spine-chilling belief that an intruder was violating the privacy of our home? It never turns out to be true, of course, or seldom, but just suppose one time it did. I shall return shortly with Act 2. Whatever present or imagined terror might be stalking the house, there was a point at which even Nancy had to agree with Ted that the awful jangle and scream of the burglar alarms simply had to be stilled. Once Ted armed himself with a heavy wrought iron doorstop, Nancy was persuaded to allow him to go downstairs and turn them off.
It just doesn't figure, Nancy.
What, Ted?
The two of us have checked every window, every door, every contact in the house, and everything is sewed up tight. What could have set off the alarm?
Well, couldn't it have, short-circuited?
Well, possibly. Except after I turned it off, I flicked it back on, and it was operating fine.
Well, what does that mean?
Well, I don't know, maybe a speck of dust, a leak, a bird flew against a window too hard. I don't know. I don't want to speculate on anything else.
Oh, Ted, you mean like someone really tried to break in?
Well, if he did, he didn't make it. We've searched this house from top to bottom. We know there's only the two of us.
Well, now what do we do?
Well, we have no phone to call for help, but we do have a nice stout bolt on the inside of our bedroom door. And let's go crawl back into bed. Lock the door, pull the covers over our head, and cross our fingers we can get what's left of a good night's sleep.
How's the coffee, Ted?
Well, the coffee will do. How about us?
Well, I'm still trying to think it through. What's wrong with this house?
You got me. But something's off the beam. I think we should bail out, get back to New York, put it up for sale.
Oh, in this condition, who would buy it? But it isn't only that. Just think what we could make of this place, honey.
given a little time.
You'd want to live here?
Well, just till the baby comes and I can get back to work. It would solve our financial bind. What's that?
Relax, honey. This time it's someone who's asking to come in. It's the front doorbell. No, stay where you are. I'll get it.
Morning. Name's Prouty. Peter Prouty. I'm the nearest neighbor right down the hill.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Prouty. I'm Ted Pryor.
I saw you drive up last evening with that lawyer fella from Montauk. Montgomery? You fixing to buy this place?
Well, no, not exactly. My wife inherited it.
From Chris Evans? Yeah, I didn't know he had any relatives.
You knew Mr. Evans?
All my life. Me and him is just like that. So, no wonder the place was not for sale. You thinking of selling?
Well, I don't know. We just got here.
I got some worried last night when I heard the alarms go off. I got my shotgun, came up the hill, and the noise stopped. And then I just checked you out this morning. All right?
Oh, sure. I don't know what happened to the alarm system. Maybe some animal set it off. It was kind of weird.
A lot of weird things been happening up here since Chris passed on.
I don't understand. Well, anyway, would you care to come in and meet my wife? Perhaps join us in a cup of coffee? There are some questions you might be able to answer for us.
And in spite of all the damage, you don't believe that someone broke in here?
No, I don't.
Well, now, how can you say that when you see the mess?
What I think is maybe someone tried to get out.
Get out? Who?
Ghosts, maybe.
That's all we need now to find out that this place is haunted.
Oh, I don't believe in ghosts.
There's no matter believing or not, little lady. This one just is. Maybe old Chris himself, too.
What do you mean, just is?
Martha, his wife. She come a-whiffling and a-snuffling around here 3 years back. The anniversary of her death it was. In the fog. We had a real pea souper that weekend. All you could do was see the nose in front of your face.
Like last night.
Oh, bless you. It was just a whisk. The real ones wrap around you like a blanket. Maybe a shroud. Anyways, that Saturday night, Chris and me was sitting right here at this kitchen table, playing casino, when... Oh, what was that?
You didn't think you'd get away from me. You didn't think you'd get away.
That's Martha. Oh, it can't be Martha. She's dead.
But not peaceful in the grave.
Where is she? I can't see her. Is she a ghost?
Why not? She haunted me all her life. Why shouldn't she now? She's dead.
I'll haunt you till you're buried. You and your cheap women. You stole my pride. You stole my life. But I will have my revenge.
Stop her, Pete. Hold her back. I can't. I don't see her. Where?
There, with the knife in her hand. Look out!
Die! Next time I'll get you. Next time.
She tried to kill me.
Oh, don't talk nonsense. There was no one here but us.
If there wasn't, what's that? Driven into the wall. Halfway up to the haft.
It was the big kitchen knife from Martha's old apartment in Montauk, still vibrating from the force that drove it deep into the paneling.
But you didn't actually see this ghost.
No, not that time. But other times I saw her, floating in the mist, her hair hanging down her back, And nights when the fog would blow in, I'd hear her voice on the wind and see the lights dimly flashing from room to room till Chris would come pelting down the hill to my place to hide. He put in the alarms to try to shut her out, but it didn't do any good.
How did Mrs. Evans die?
In her bed.
Of what?
Heart congestion, they called it.
She was all alone.
Yeah.
Well, where was Uncle Chris?
Lucky thing for him, the fog was so heavy that night, he stayed over with me. Else he might have been accused of helping her along. Although no one would have blamed him if he had.
But he was with you all that night.
That's what I told the police.
And Chris, my uncle, how did he die?
He cut his throat. Or had it cut for him.
Oh, good heavens. What a lot of bosh. Peter Prouty is the town drunk, and he's a bigger gossip than most women.
Well, then how did Uncle Chris die?
Well, now, I'm afraid there's some truth to the bloody details. I must confess to you that Chris was always eccentric. But during his last years, he had crossed the border into senility. The drinking didn't help. He and Pete were always a few sheets to the wind. And the Lord knows what wild fancies they hallucinated between them.
But you still haven't told me how he died.
Well, I'm afraid he cut his wrist, my dear.
Oh.
So no one could have been responsible for his death except himself?
That's right.
And his wife?
Oh, she outlived all our expectations. She had a very bad heart for years.
Well, that's a relief. And you say, Mr. Montgomery, you've checked with the insurance and the damage is all covered?
Absolutely. The adjuster's coming by tomorrow to estimate costs. But I can handle that for you.
Why?
Well, aren't you going back to the city?
Oh, Ted is. I'm not.
What?
Well, you know we have to get the rental car back.
No, why don't you come back with me, darling?
Because I'm going to be a very busy girl. I want to see the adjuster, and Mr. Montgomery's going to help me to have Uncle Chris's car put in condition. I'm going to drive it in tomorrow so we can pack up and get out of that apartment before we get socked any more rent.
Now, Nancy, you're in no condition...
I feel fine. And the sooner I get settled in my own house, I can really enjoy having this baby. Darling, now's the time. We need a roof over our heads.
Yeah, besides, if there is anyone around here looking for something spelled M-O-N-E-Y, maybe we ought to be finders keepers.
Oh, if there was, it would be peanuts. Oh, Chris used to make some $2 bets on the horses, and if he won, he had the habit of folding a 10 or a 5 into old newspapers in the cellars and forgetting all about it. I helped him find many a one.
You think that's why the house was broken into, huh?
Well, now, I was mulling it over in my mind, and I thought that could be the reason. You know how stories grow, particularly with a solitary person like Chris. But if money is the motive, which is tying you to the house, I beg you to forget it. You'd only be disappointed.
I still don't feel right about it, Nancy.
Oh, don't be silly, darling. I'll be safe as a church with my double burglar alarm.
Oh.
Anyway, if anyone is looking for anything, it's not for me.
Well, that's where you're wrong. I am.
Oh, hey, that's my line. I'm going to find what I'm looking for when I drive to New York tomorrow afternoon. Now, I'll see you at the apartment, and if there's any hang-up, I'll phone you.
You don't have a phone.
Well, not tonight, but Mr. Montgomery's arranged for them to connect it in the morning. Now, come on. It's beginning to get dark. Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye. Go to bed. Get a good rest.
I'll do that, little thing. Drive carefully. Well, not to worry. I wish I was as brave as I'm pretending to be.
Hello, Miss Pryor.
Oh, you gave me a start, Mr. Prouty. Where did you drop in from?
Well, I was out for a walk, and I thought I saw you preparing to leave.
No, only my husband.
You planning to stay a while?
More or less permanently.
In spite of what I told you? Pete,
You are a big teller of tall tales. I think you get carried away by your own imagination.
It could be. Still and all, I wouldn't like to see you in any danger.
Me? What danger could I be in? Are you trying to chase me away from here?
Oh, perish the thought. I was just concerned about you. A little woman all alone with no one to protect her.
I can manage by myself, thank you.
Of course you can. But you batten down all the hatches and hold snug. Looks like we're in for a real northeaster.
Oh, listen to that wind.
You can't steal my birthright.
What?
Don't let her take it from you. I left it to you. Run, Miss Pryor. Run. She has the knife again.
Downstairs. Don't get trapped in the bedroom.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
I got to turn off the alarm. Oh, why did I stay here?
Too late. Stay where you are.
Martha! What are you doing with that knife?
I said that none of you Jezebels would have him.
No.
Not my Chris. I'll kill you.
No, please, no!
I'll kill.
Well, now, everything seems to have come to a climax. If we had not allowed ourselves to become involved, we might pretend to be totally disengaged and say, how does the heroine of such tales allow herself to become so involved? But since we have followed her this far and permitted her to be involved, the question is, how does she escape? We won't know that, of course, until I return with the conclusion in Act 3. Nancy is alone, just wakened from the depths of sleep. The wind roars around the exposed house on the heights above the raging waters, and everything is filtered through the miasma of the drifting fog. Through its half-light, a menacing figure, long hair streaming, looms the reincarnation of Chris Evans' long-dead wife, a kitchen knife held high to strike down at Nancy. And as the voice cries out,
I'll kill.
Nancy, where are you?
Here by the kitchen. Oh, Ted.
Well, I was just coming in and I heard you. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Martha, all those people.
Darling, it's all right. It's all right. There's nobody here but us. It must have been a nightmare. Are you okay for a minute?
Where are you going?
I'm just going to turn off the alarms. It's all right. I'm right here. Okay. All right, here we are now. Let's go into the kitchen and sit down a minute, all right?
Oh, Ted. What are you doing back here?
Well, I drove as far as I could, man, but the fog was impossible. I decided I'd better feel my way back here, but what's been happening?
Oh, everything was all right when I went to bed. But that little screwball Pete Prouty came by just after you left, and he went on and on about ghosts and blood, and I didn't pay any attention at the time, but I suppose he fixed all that nonsense in my mind.
I'll wring his neck when I see him again.
Well, maybe you ought to wring mine for being a prize goose. I went to sleep, but then I woke up and I heard all these voices, and I was sure someone was in the house.
Well, there couldn't have been. I set off the alarm when I came in.
I know, but I can't tell you how real it was. Ted, I saw...
Saw what?
There was a figure. A woman with long hair and a knife in her hand. And She said she was going to kill me.
Okay. Look, take it easy, will you?
Oh, I feel like such a fool. It's not like me to imagine things.
Now, look, it's this house and your condition. Look, we've got to get out of here, Nancy.
No. I didn't imagine it, Ted. I'm not that much of a ninny. Something funny is going on here. But it's not supernatural. Do you know what I think? Someone's trying to run us out of this house before we find out what its secret is. Ted?
I'm downstairs, darling. I didn't know you were up.
Oh, what are you doing?
Well, I woke up this morning. I couldn't get back to sleep. I didn't want to wake you, so I thought I'd sort of scout around.
Well, scout around for what?
What I finally found.
What?
Come on, let me show you a couple of things.
All right.
For openers, let's take a look at this on the hall linoleum.
Well, it's a footprint.
Yep, somebody's shoe. But see all those squiggly marks inside the outline?
Oh, neither of us have anything like that.
Right, go to the head of the class. That's the kind of print a Storm or a Wellington boot might make. Now, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing shows up on the rug, but right here, beside this back hall closet, there's a heel mark with the same pattern.
Someone was hiding in the closet.
No, because there was no dampness or trace of mud on the rug.
Well, then it all doesn't add up.
Well, it didn't until I turned back the rug and looked underneath. Like this.
A trap door. Well, where does it go to? Let's open it.
No, I've already checked it out. It leads to a short staircase down to a long, twisting tunnel that descends into a cave that lets out onto the beach.
So that's how they were able to get into the house without tripping the burglar alarm.
They or he?
You mean Pete Prouty?
Or Mr. Montgomery or persons unknown. Anyone who didn't want us to settle in this house.
Why?
Because of whatever they were looking for.
But what?
Oh, now who is it?
Oh, I think that's Mr. Montgomery with the insurance man.
Well, now, I feel the insurance company offered a very fair settlement. As your lawyer, I'd advise you to agree to it.
Well, we think it was fair, Mr. Montgomery. And I think the house can be put back together very nicely with the money they'll pay.
Well, certainly in shape to sell, which, if you'll forgive me, is what I urge you to do.
Mr. Montgomery, I'm going to be very frank with you. There's something in this house someone wants.
I hope you're not suggesting it could be me. Oh, I give you my word, I had no idea there was any other access to this house than through the keys that were left in Chris Evans' effects. And I can't imagine what he could have had that was of any value beyond the house itself.
Even knowing about the secret passage? Now, what was it for?
Oh, my guess is it was built in the 30s when everyone was doing a little mild rum running during Prohibition. But I don't imagine there was a fortune in that.
And then you don't think Uncle Chris could have amassed any money?
My dear, I knew Chris Evans as well as my own brother. And I assure you, there's no way he could have amassed any secret amounts of money. Unless he'd won the Irish sweepstake. And you can't exactly keep that a secret.
Oh, hello, Pete.
Good morning, Miss Pryor. I come up a little earlier to see how you were, but then I saw you had visitors, so I backed off.
Oh, that was Mr. Montgomery and the insurance man for the damage.
Are you going to take care of it?
Oh, yes.
Well, I just want to check up on you. Having to spend a night alone in the house.
As it happened, she didn't. I came back.
Well, now, that's a surprise.
Is it?
Don't know what you mean.
You have a pair of storm boots? Wellington style?
I've got several. You see some pretty rough winters. Why?
Did you know there was a secret passage from the back hall closet all the way down to the beach?
Why, Dad, I most forgot that. It's been sealed up for most 25 years.
How did you and my uncle meet?
Oh, that was a long time ago. My family were fishermen, but I thought I ought to give show business a whirl. That's how I met Chris. He was the electrician in the first theater I got a job in.
You were an actor?
Kinda. I had an act in vaudeville. Well, I was the one coaxed him out here to Montauk. I helped him build this house. I always felt it was kind of part mine.
Is that why you used the old passage from the beach to break in and tear it apart?
You should have left the house to me. It was half mine. I'm even willing to buy it from you, if you give me a decent price.
Why, Pete? What are you looking for here?
Nothing. Just my due.
Oh? And what's your due?
The money, if there was any. But now I've looked for it everywhere. I know there isn't any. It was probably just another Chris's big lies. So I'll see you around.
Well, I guess that's that. Disappointed?
No. All I ever wanted was the house free and clear.
Seems to be that way. Now all we have to do is to figure out how we can keep it that way.
Well, I refuse to worry about that now. It's such a lovely day.
Oh, who's this?
Well, it can't be the contractor this fast.
Mrs. Nancy Evans Pryor?
Yes?
A.Q. Sprit. IRS. Internal Revenue Service.
Oh, well, how do you do, Mr. Sprit? This is my husband, Ted Pryor.
Ah, yes. Taking a little time to catch up with you, Mrs. Pryor. Are you the sole heir of Christopher Xavier Evans?
I never knew Uncle Chris's middle name.
Well, now you do. I checked already with Montgomery, your lawyer. Let me see. On the 14th of April this year, Mr. Evans laid off a 3-way parlay at Battleground Racetrack on the dogs.
The dogs?
Yes. Racing type. Like horses.
Oh.
Said parlay paid off on a $10 bet at 2,500 to 1, making a return of $250,000 fully taxable by the federal income tax.
My uncle won all that money on a dog race?
It happens, man. Not very often, but it happens. You got to be lucky.
And you didn't collect the tax on it?
That was a slip-up in our Florida office. Happens, too. But we catch up. So, I'm here to collect it.
Well, how much?
With penalties and interest, figure about $125,000. That's how we like to round it off.
Oh, we haven't any money like that.
All my uncle left was his house.
So I gather from your lawyer. So that if there isn't any money, I guess we'll just have to possess the house. I'm sorry. That's the law.
We all packed, Nancy?
It didn't take long. We scarcely moved in.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm the one who should be sorry. At least if I had an inheritance, it shouldn't have been a minus.
$250,000. No wonder Pete was ready to tear the house apart to find it.
Only he didn't. I hate to leave it. Damaged goods as it is, it's a house, and I'm going to have a baby. And I'd like to have started him off, at least, in a real home.
I know, Nan. Just don't push it. Huh?
I can't help it, Ted. I know. Somehow I just know Uncle Chris wanted someone to be happy here. Only something went wrong.
What are you talking about?
Well, his will was made long before he took his life. That was an impulse. I think he would have wanted us to know what he did with the money, but he just forgot at the last moment.
Yeah, if he hadn't already spent it.
You know what I feel terrible about?
No, what?
That I couldn't just have put things in shape while I was here.
Well, that's the little homemaker in you.
Or at least taken down these sleazy, dirt-stiff old drapes and washed them. Gosh, they feel as if they'd been starched. They're so starched.
What is it?
Ted.
Yeah?
Get me a kitchen knife, quick.
Okay, what for?
Mr. Montgomery said that Uncle Chris had a habit of stashing away his racing winnings between newspaper pages. Well, how about sewing them in between a curtain drape and the lining?
Oh, here's the knife.
Oh, good. Just let me cut this running basting stitch. There.
Well?
Ted.
What?
A $100 bill. Another one. 3 stuck together. Oh, Ted, darling. We're not only going to make Uncle Sam rich, but we're going to be the same. And hang on to the house, too.
So, at the end of this tale, we can return happily to the positive proverb, never look a gift horse in the mouth. For a while, it seemed as if Nancy Pryor had stumbled into misfortune, but instead, she came out with the luck of the Irish. I'll return shortly. A year brings many changes. Peter Prouty died, unlamented, of acute alcoholism. Christopher Evans has a namesake in a fine baby boy born to Nancy and Ted. Ted has a job with the county newspaper, and the family has settled down to enjoy the local society, into whose circle they have been welcomed after being sponsored by Mr. Montgomery. Nancy Pryor would be the last person to subscribe to Virgil's warning, beware the Greeks bearing gifts. May everyone be so lucky. Our cast included Joyce Gordon, Paul Hecht, Robert Dryden, and Ian Martin. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Our tale is another domestic story. It's about the happy home life of a modern young family. A life, unfortunately, which is cut brutally short. Please be warned. Some of the scenes may not make you feel safe and secure, even if your door is locked and bolted. It's a story about a family man named David Farmer. A family man brought to the point of saying these words to his closest friend.
I'm going to kill him, Stan. That's all I can do right now. I have to kill that animal, or I have to stop living myself.
Our mystery drama, Promise to Kill, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Henry Slessor and stars Gordon Gould. The scene is a suburban community called, appropriately, Park Pleasant. For that's exactly what it is. Pleasant and park-like, and very serene. A haven for the families of busy city executives like Dave Farmer. Dave is a lucky young man. He has a good job. He has a beautiful young wife named Connie. He has a daughter who promises to grow up looking just like her. But little Susan has plenty of time for that. She's only 5 years old. The day is Monday. The time is 8:15 a.m. The day is just beginning. So is the nightmare.
Dave, will you please hurry up? Stan's going to drive me crazy with that horn.
I'm coming.
I wish you wouldn't fly down those stairs. I'm always afraid you'll break your neck.
Listen, it's my neck that's the problem. I can't seem to tie my tie around it this morning.
It's no wonder with Stan blowing his horn that way. What's the big hurry? It's only 1:15.
He's got to be in court this morning.
Well, that's his problem. You don't have to be at work until 9, and I insist that you have some breakfast.
I really don't have time, honey.
Yes, you do. Look, the eggs are all made. The toast is halfway done.
No, it isn't. You haven't plugged it in.
Oh, my. That's Susan again. She insists on pulling plugs out of the wall.
You better keep her away from wires and stuff. She'll electrocute herself.
Anyway, here are the eggs.
Hey, what's going on here?
Come on in, Stan. I've been intimidated into eating breakfast.
Breakfast? Listen, I've got a case to argue this morning, and this carpool was your idea.
It's okay. I'm all ready.
That didn't take long. You didn't even taste those eggs.
They were great. Terrific.
I am sorry to rush you out so early, Connie.
Daddy!
Uh-oh. A new complication.
Where's my Pooh Bear?
That's right, my darling. You told Susan you were going to bring her a Pooh Bear last night.
But I did. I just got home too late to give it to her. She was already asleep.
Well, where is it, Daddy?
Wait a sec.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Come on, Dave. Am I going to hang up my client for a woolly bear, huh?
I want my Pooh Bear.
Here it is. Just as I promised.
Oh, isn't he cute? Don't you love him, Susie?
Oh, yes.
Say thank you, Daddy.
Thank you, Daddy.
Dave, will you please...
So long, darling.
Bye. And will you call me this afternoon?
Don't I always?
Have a good day. You too, Stan.
Thanks. You two have already ruined my day.
Serves you right, bachelor.
Well, I'll say one thing for married life. Hasn't hurt Connie's looks.
Yeah, she really looks great, doesn't she?
Yeah, I've almost forgotten how pretty she is. It's the first time I've seen her in more than a month.
That's not my fault, pal. I told you what to do. Get yourself a date, and we'll make it a foursome one night.
That's the trouble with being a bachelor. You've always got to scrounge around for a date.
Okay, we'll make it a threesome.
I'm sure you'd rather not. Three's a crowd, right?
Not when two of them are married. Anyway, it's about time you made it a permanent foursome. Why don't you make up your mind which of your 55 girlfriends you want to marry?
Tried it once. I didn't like it.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah, that's what you say. You hit it right the first time.
Just lucky, I guess. No kidding, Stan. How about going to the theater? The theater.
What about it?
I forgot to tell Connie to go to the box office.
What for?
Some tickets were let for us at the Park Pleasant Playhouse for tonight. But we have to pick them up before noon.
Relax. We'll stop at a phone booth on the way.
Susie, are you sure you want to dry those dishes? Mommy can do them.
I want to help.
Well, it's sweet of you, baby, but there are only a few.
Can I give Winnie the Pooh scrambled eggs?
No, dear. Bears don't eat eggs.
What do they eat?
Bears eat honey.
Well, I could give him...
No. You can't give Winnie the Pooh any honey, either. I mean, bears don't eat anything this time of the year. They just sleep.
Oh, then maybe I better put him to bed.
Now, that's a good idea.
How long do bears have to sleep?
Well, they usually sleep through the whole winter.
That long? Maybe Pooh Bears are different.
Run along now, dear. Mommy has to answer the phone.
Maybe it's for me.
Maybe so. Hello?
Hi, hon. It's Paula.
Hi. 1 second. It's not for you, baby. It's your Aunt Paula. Now, you go give Pooh Bear a nap.
Okay.
Paula, hi.
How are you feeling?
Oh, fine. You're calling pretty early, aren't you?
I'm calling to give you a wonderful opportunity. If you meet me in the city before noon, I'll buy you lunch and then we can go shopping.
Oh, I can't today, Paula. I'm sorry.
Why not?
Well, Susie's home from school, for one thing. They're having one of those teachers' conferences.
Why can't the maid take care of her?
Because it's Emily's day off, and I've got a dozen things to do around the house, and at the moment I have to answer the doorbell.
Go ahead. Who's stopping you?
Well, do you want to hold on, or should I call you back?
I'll hold on.
hello, Vernon.
Hi, Miss Farmer.
What in the world time is it?
Oh, gee, I don't know. I don't have a watch, but, I thought it was the right time.
Well, you usually deliver the groceries around 10, don't you?
Well, sure, usually, but I thought, well, you know, they'd come early today.
Well, all right. I suppose it doesn't make all that much difference.
It does to me, Miss Farmer.
What?
Listen, what do you want me to do? I mean, should I bring in the stuff right now?
Well, of course.
I mean, I could leave them out on the truck for a while. No, I guess that isn't such a smart idea. I mean, you got milk and cream and stuff. They might get spoiled.
Well, of course they might get spoiled, Vernon. What an idea. Bring them in right away.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that, Miss Farmer. I won't be long.
Okay. Paula, are you still there?
I'm here. What's going on?
Well, it's just the boy from the supermarket. Vernon, whatever his name is.
Oh, yes, the blonde Adonis. All muscle, including his head.
Well, there is certainly something wrong with his head today. He's talking so strangely. Anyway, listen, about the city. Thursday is absolutely the first day I can make it.
Here it is, Miss Farmer.
All right, Vernon. Paula, what do you think about Thursday?
Thursday's fine. I'll call you Wednesday just to make sure you don't chicken out.
All right, Paula, bye.
So long.
Miss Farmer.
What?
Is it okay if I put everything here?
Well, yes, of course, Vernon.
Pretty big load today, but I can handle it. I mean, I'm strong, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, you want me to put the milk and stuff in the refrigerator?
No, just leave them there.
You know, it was really something this morning. I mean, the way I felt driving over here.
Yes, it's a lovely day.
You know what I mean? Driving over here and knowing that, well, that I was going to see you.
Well, that's very sweet, Vernon.
Kept seeing your face in front of me like it was in the windshield. You know?
But, Vernon, what a strange thing to say.
Kept thinking about how it was going to be. And when I rang the bell and you opened the door and you saw me and... I don't know. Here we are. I mean, just acting like always.
Like always?
You know, like nothing was special.
Well, never mind the rest of that stuff, Vernon. I'll empty the boxes myself.
Yeah, okay, that'll be better. We don't have much time, I guess. I gotta be back at the store around 9:30.
Vernon, what are you doing?
Oh, you got such soft hands, you know.
Please, don't do that.
Listen, what about her, you know, your little girl?
Susie? What about her?
Well, I mean, where is she, school or something?
Vernon, stop that.
Oh, gee. Oh, your skin is, I don't know, it's like something else. It's not just not skin.
Stop it, for heaven's sakes.
Please, don't tease no more, Miss Farmer. Don't tease. I ain't got much time.
Vernon, will you let me go? What is the matter with you?
Where do you want to go? You want to go upstairs?
You let me go. You let me go or I'll scream the house down.
Don't do
I will call the police. I swear I will.
Now, you stop that, Miss Farmer. You just stop playing games with me. Don't, Mrs. Farmer. Now, please, be nice. Don't make me hurt you. Please.
Are you sure you dialed the right number?
Positive. Think I don't know my own number?
A lot of people don't.
Connie's got to be home. We left her only half an hour ago.
Maybe she's in the bath.
Susie picks up the phone when she is. I'll try just once more. Fine. Now I got a wrong number.
Hello, who is this?
I was calling the farmer residence.
Oh, yeah, this is the right place. Who am I speaking to, please?
Well, maybe you can answer the same question, since it's my house.
Are you Mr. David Farmer?
Yes, that's right. And who are you?
This is Patrolman Ernest McLeavy, Mr. Farmer.
Did you say patrolman?
What was that?
Listen, is there something wrong out there? Was there a fire or something?
Good Lord, Dave,
No, Mr. Farmer. It's not a fire. Could you
please tell me where you're calling from?
I'm in a phone booth on the expressway. For Pete's sake, will you tell me what you're doing in my house? Let me speak to my wife.
I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, you can't do that. Maybe it would be best if you came back home.
I'm not doing anything until you tell me what happened there.
There was a little trouble. I mean, a lot of trouble.
I want to know what kind.
You'd better just come back here, Mr. Farmer. Your wife and kid were hurt very bad.
Oh, Lord. Connie, Susie. How bad?
What's going on, for Pete's sake?
I want to know what happened. I want to know how they were hurt and how badly.
I hate to tell you, Mr. Farmer. I mean, just like this over the phone.
Damn you, tell me!
They're dead. Both of them are dead, Mr. Farmer.
It's a strange place to find yourself in the middle of a nightmare. A highway crowded with cars and trucks, the bright midwinter sun shining in your eyes, hearing a disembodied voice telling you that everything you cared for in life is gone, vanished in one bloody instant, one terrible moment of madness, one meaningless action. But this nightmare isn't over for Dave Farmer, or for a young man named Vernon White. We'll be back in just a moment with Act 2. The scene changes. We are no longer in the quiet suburb of Park Pleasant. We are in a large, high-ceilinged room, flanked by American flags, solemn with the traditions of American justice. This is a courtroom. Seated in the front row is David Farmer. Beside him sits his friend Stan, his sister-in-law Paula. His face is ashen, haunted. And at the defense table, his hair neatly combed and brushed, his cheeks rosy, wearing his best blue suit, looking very much like the all-American boy, sits Vernon White, killer.
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Waterman.
The defense has no objection to these photographs being submitted to the jury, but these proceedings have been delayed long enough.
Very well. Is the prosecution ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then please continue your examination of the witness.
Yes, Your Honor. Patrolman McLeary, you've seen these photographs we've shown the jury?
Yes, sir.
Is it an accurate representation of the scene you discovered that morning at the Farmer house?
Yes, sir. That's what I found.
A young woman, brutally assaulted, strangled to death.
Yes, sir.
Evidence of a struggle.
Yes, sir.
A young wife and mother slain in her own kitchen, and a child 5 years old slain just as horrible.
Your Honor, may I object to the prosecution's use of such emotional terms?
I beg the defense attorney's pardon. You're quite right. One hardly needs words like brutal and horrible to describe this crime. The facts speak for themselves. Now, Patrolman McLeary, did you also see several boxes of groceries in that kitchen?
Yes, sir. About 4 boxes.
You concluded that a delivery had been made that morning?
Yes, sir. The perishables hadn't been put away.
And that led you to make inquiries in the neighborhood about the arrival of the grocery truck?
Yes, sir. We learned that the truck from the Park Pleasant supermarket had been there and left.
Mm-hmm. And you sought out the delivery boy, or should I say, the delivery man?
Yes, sir. I interrogated Mr. Vernon White.
See? And what did he tell you?
He apologized.
For what?
He apologized for killing Mrs. Farmer and her daughter.
Dave, eat something, will you? Don't just stare at your plate. Now, come on, eat.
No, I can't.
David, this is ridiculous. No breakfast, no lunch. What good is that going to do you?
No good.
I talk some sense into Paula.
Look at him. He's lost 10 pounds since the trial started.
David, please. She was my sister. I loved her. I loved Susie. But I know that I have to stay alive. I know that. And so do you.
Come on. Let's get back to court.
Vernon? Was Mrs. Farmer alone when you walked into the kitchen?
Yes.
Did you attack her right away?
Attack her?
You heard me. Did you just reach out and grab her?
Well, no, of course not.
Did you try to embrace her, kiss her, anything like that?
Yeah, I guess I did,
Because what, Vernon?
Well, because I thought she liked me. Because I thought she wanted me to.
The defendant will rise. Vernon White, you have been tried and convicted for the crime of homicide in the first degree. The laws of this state, as amended on October 5th, 1974, impose a mandatory sentence for this crime. Therefore, it is my duty to instruct the warden of the state prison in Pigstown to take you to a place where you shall be kept until the 31st day of March, 1976, at which time you will be hanged from the neck until dead. May God have mercy on your soul.
Who is it? I said, who is it?
It's Paula. Please let me in, David.
All right.
Well, will the real David Farmer please shave?
How did you find me?
If you must know, Stan told me.
Stan has a big mouth.
You look terrible. You look as run down as this hotel.
What did you want me to do? Stay up there in that house?
You could have found something better than this.
This suits me fine.
If you want to stay in a hotel for a while, fine. But the least you can do is get a decent room.
This isn't a hotel room, Paula. This is a waiting room.
What?
A waiting room. A place for me to wait for the 31st of March.
Oh, Dave. Dave, that's terrible. That's so senseless.
What else have I got to do but count the days?
But to do this to yourself. To hole up in this awful flea bag, staring at the calendar, thinking of nothing but that poor moron's execution.
He's not a moron. He's Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy. Didn't you hear what he said in court? He thought Connie liked him, that she wanted him.
Dave, listen to me. Vernon White killed something very precious to me, too. Dave, I have to tell you something.
Tell me what?
What you want to happen isn't going to happen.
What did you say?
There isn't going to be any 31st.
There's always a 31st, 7 months out of the year.
I mean, there isn't going to be any execution. Stanley called to tell me. I think that's why he gave me your address, so I could break the news to you instead of him.
What are you talking about?
The appeal was accepted because of Vernon's substandard intelligence. Oh, something like that.
You're lying to me.
Dave, they've commuted his sentence to life imprisonment.
They can't do that. They can't.
They did, Dave. Vernon White went through tests. He's not an imbecile, and he's not insane. But he's just not, smart enough to know the difference between right and wrong.
They can't do that. He killed Connie. He killed my little girl. Good Lord, Paula.
You've got to accept it, Dave. Don't let it make such a difference to you.
No. Never. I'll never accept it. Do you think I can go on living with him alive and breathing and walking around and smiling and Connie and Susie dead? No. I won't let it be. Stan, admit it. Vernon isn't crazy. They would have pleaded insanity if he was.
It's not a matter of sane or insane, Dave. There is such a thing as clemency.
Yes, clemency for the criminals, not for the victims.
The kid's got an IQ of under 80.
He was smart enough to think Connie liked him. He thought she had a crush on him. He was so used to having girls ogle him in the supermarket, juggling those crates with his big muscles.
Dave, this is useless. The court has accepted the appeal. You just don't have any recourse.
You're wrong. I do.
Like what?
I'm going to kill him, Stan.
Huh?
That's all I can do right now. I have to kill that animal, or I have to stop living myself. One or the other. That's how it has to be, Stan.
You're crazy, Dave. I don't believe you mean that.
I mean every word. I'm going to kill him. And And you're going to help me.
But the man's in prison.
People get killed in prison. There's a way to do everything if you have the desire and the money. I have both.
You haven't got that kind of experience.
But you have, Stan. You were in criminal law once. You must know people.
I'm sorry, Dave.
You're supposed to be my best friend. If that's what you are, prove it. Help me wipe this germ off the face of the earth.
It wouldn't prove anything.
It will to me. I want his life for Connie's, for Susie's, and mine. Whose life do you want to save, Stan? Vernon White's or mine?
Oh, no. I hope you're not talking about...
Sure, that's what I'm talking about. You heard what I said. I can't live if he does. I'd just as soon stick my head into an oven.
You are putting me in one hell of a spot.
Find out what I have to do, Stan.
Mr. Ross, this is Dave Farmer.
Hello, Mr. Farmer. Nice meeting you.
Yes, hello.
Mr. Ross is in the transportation business. He was a client of mine a few years back.
Yeah, long-distance hauling, you know.
Yeah, can we get to the point?
This is the point. Mr. Ross has a brother named Joey.
Yeah, Joey, right.
Yes, well, unfortunately, a few years ago, the Rosses got into a jam.
We was a moving company, me and my brother.
Yes, I got Mr. Ross off, but his brother wasn't that lucky. He's serving a 10-year sentence right now in Peakstown.
Peakstown, right.
Well, Joe's a friendly guy. You know, he's made a lot of friends in prison.
Yeah, Joey's okay.
The point, Stan.
Proposition is this. Now, Joey is a trustee at Peakstown, and even though he's made some, errors in his life, he doesn't like child killers any more than we do. Now, he might want to do something about Vernon White.
We ain't talking about favors, though.
No, not favors. What we're talking about entails a certain amount of risk. So it's only fair that we arrange some compensation.
I'll pay anything. Name your price.
We've already agreed on a price. It's $3,000.
I'll make it $5,000.
Wait a minute, Dave.
I'll make it $5,000 if you kill him before the 31st.
Let's see. When did you pay this plumbing bill?
I don't know, Paula.
It's marked paid, but I don't see the canceled check.
What does it matter?
It does matter, Dave. You can't let everything slide this way. Half a dozen people are threatening to sue you for this or that. And I suppose you know that you let your insurance policy lapse. You went right past the 30-day grace period.
What's the difference? You know why I had that policy.
But it's ridiculous to let it lapse. One of these days you might
Don't say that, Paula.
Anyway, I called your broker and arranged to have it paid. I'm surprised Stan didn't do that for you when he had the power of attorney.
Stan isn't a bookkeeper. He's a lawyer.
Still, he could have been more helpful. He knew how spaced out you were. He could have hired a girl or somebody to pay your bills, keep your accounts in order.
Paula, will you stop taking off on Stan? What have you got against the guy?
What have you got in his favor?
He's my best friend. He proved that.
Maybe. I wonder how friendly he'd be if you were broke.
Oh, cut it out, Paula.
Oh, look at this checkbook. None of the stubs filled in. And you must have spent $1 zillion.
There were expenses.
I know that. But Stan sold those securities for you back in March. That meant a deposit of almost $100,000.
Paula, I can't think now.
Okay. But I just want you to know that there are expenditures I can't explain.
Hello?
Dave, it's Stan.
Yeah? What's happening?
Dave, don't get upset about this. But something went wrong up in Peakstown.
What do you mean, wrong?
I don't have all the details yet. Our friend Joey up there tried to fulfill his mission this morning, but he botched it.
How?
Vernon isn't dead. He's hurt. He's got a knife wound, but he's alive.
We had a deal, Stan.
I know. We won't pay until we get what we paid.
I don't care about the money.
It's just a delay, that's all.
Well, for how long?
We can't be sure. Vernon's in the prison hospital. It's a hard place to reach, Dave. But don't worry. Mr. Ross says he'll get the job done.
He's got to. He's got to.
And And so the executioner has failed to perform his allotted task. Vernon White is alive, and not so well, in the prison hospital. But the physicians who will treat his wounds don't know that he's suffering from what might well be a terminal illness, the disease called revenge. We'll see if Dave Farmer gets that revenge in a few moments when I return with Act 3. Vernon White, killer of Constance and Susan Farmer, is still alive. David Farmer is alive, too, if walking, talking, and breathing are signs of life. As his sister-in-law, Paula, sits in a restaurant table and looks at his pale features, her eyes are clouded with pity.
Dave, when I first met you, when Connie introduced us, I remember thinking you were sweet and kind, maybe a little vulnerable.
Vulnerable?
Seeing what you wanted to see in people, giving them nice, clean images, even if they were more complicated than you wanted them to be.
I suppose you're talking about Stan.
No. I'm talking about Connie.
Connie?
You see, I had my sister for a sister much longer than you had her for a wife.
I never saw anything complicated about Connie.
It was hard to see. She had such a bright, glowing surface.
Paula, we were married 6 years. Do you think I didn't know Connie?
She always wanted so much, Dave. That's what worried me when she told me she was getting married. She was used to 100 phone calls, 7 dates a week, 50 men in her life at all times.
She was beautiful, Paula.
I know. She was dazzling. Maybe that's what happened to that poor delivery boy. He was dazzled out of his senses.
Is that why you wanted to have dinner with me? To defend that moron?
No, Dave. I had another reason.
Well, what is it?
I finished all the books last night.
So?
I did everything I could, Dave. I got everything to balance, practically to the penny.
I knew you were a great bookkeeper.
The only trouble is, I still can't explain some of the cash withdrawals that were made by Stan.
Forget them.
Forget?
You heard me.
Forget $25,000?
25,000?
That's right. Well, now even you seem surprised.
Oh, it can't be that much, Paula. It just can't be.
It is. And I think you must know what that means.
25,000?
All taken out in cash.
Well, but there were expenses, Dave. You know that. I'm sorry if they weren't all itemized.
That's not like you, though. You were always a stickler about money. You always said you were raised poor, so you had respect for the buck.
Look, Dave, I wasn't at my best at the time either. Now, Connie meant a lot to me, too. You know.
Stan, what happened to that money?
Hey, come on. What kind of a tone of voice is that?
I want an answer.
Oh, wait, are you accusing me or something? Oh, wait a minute. I just got it. Paula put you up to this. Paula never liked me much. She's found the perfect way to get back at me.
The money's gone. It went into somebody's pocket. And I want to know whose. I want to know if there's something you're hiding.
Maybe there are some things that gotta be hid.
Nothing like this.
You were willing to spend $5,000.
That was different. That money had a special purpose. Now, what's the special purpose for that 25 grand?
I wanted to spare you the truth, Dave.
What truth?
Well, even now, I don't want to tell you. I'd rather you thought that I was a thief and a swindler, that I robbed you.
Is that what you did?
No. What I did for you and for Connie.
Connie?
I swore to myself that you'd never learn about it.
Learn about what? The money?
About what the money bought.
Well, go on.
It went into somebody's pocket, all right. George Waterman's.
Vernon's defense attorney? Are you kidding me?
I had to do it, Dave. I had to make things easier.
Well, how could they be easier? Vernon confessed. His prints were on everything. There wasn't any doubt of his guilt.
Dave, the money bought a note.
What note?
I should have burned it the minute it was in my hand, but I didn't. Lord knows why. Who knows? Maybe I was afraid that this would happen, that I'd have to account to you for what I did.
What note? Who wrote it? What did it say?
I have it here. It's in this drawer. Oh, I would give my right arm if you never had to see it.
It's Connie's stationery.
Yes.
Her handwriting.
Yes.
I have to see you. Dave leaves for the city at 8:30. I'll try to send Susie out to day school. I'll be waiting for you, darling. Please don't disappoint me.
I am sorry, Dave.
It's her handwriting.
Yes, I know.
I have to see you. Dave leaves for the city. Good Lord, Stan. What does this mean?
The note was sent to Vernon White.
No, that just can't be.
He turned it over to his attorney after the arrest. Waterman didn't want to submit it into evidence before he talked to me. He knew it wouldn't make any difference as far as the verdict was concerned. It might even have made his client a little less pathetic, but he knew it would make a difference to us.
I'm not going to believe it. I'm not.
Oh, heaven help me. I didn't want to either. But it's the truth. $25,000 worth of ugly truth.
Who is it?
Paula, please open the door, Dave. Don't worry. I didn't bring you chicken soup, just a couple of containers of coffee.
Did you think I'd need sobering up?
You do, Dave.
I haven't been drinking.
I thought you might be upset tonight.
Why?
Because of what happened.
Have you been talking to Stan?
No, of course not. I have nothing to say to Stan, and he vice versa. I meant about Vernon White. Do you still take your coffee black?
What about Vernon?
He was released from the prison hospital, but the authorities thought it would be too risky just to put him back among the same prisoners, so they transferred him.
Where?
Well, I guess they thought he couldn't be very dangerous after the knife wound and all that, but he must be a strong young man.
Get to the point.
He got away, Dave. Vernon's loose.
It wasn't easy, Mr. Farmer, let me tell you.
But you really know something?
I know everything. This kid, Vernon, is a dope. He ain't playing with a full deck, you know what I mean?
I know.
Well, a pal of mine, he lives on East Avenue. He gives me the tip. Some kids in the neighborhood, like a gang, they do a lot of prowling around the section where they're knocking down buildings for some kind of housing project. Well, they spotted this blonde guy sleeping in one of the condemned buildings. I think maybe they rolled him, only he didn't have no money.
What happened to him? Where is he now?
Well, my pal, he goes to have a look at the guy and sees the kind of clothes he's wearing. He figures he busted out of the joint.
Where is he? Where's Vernon White?
My friend's got him, like in custody. You know what I mean. Sometimes there's a reward for turning in escaped cons.
He wouldn't call the police?
No. My friend is not exactly friendly with the cops. But bread is bread, Mr. Farmer.
I'll pay your friend. How much does he want? 1,000?
More like 2. And then there's me. I put in a lot of time.
All right. 1,000 for you, 2 for your friend. Only, I want one other thing. I want a gun. Hello, Vernon.
Oh, hello.
Do you remember me, Vernon?
No, I guess I don't. No, wait, you look kind of familiar.
Look hard, Vernon.
Nope, I just don't remember. Hey, you bring me something to eat?
My name is Farmer.
Yeah, the man that was here before, he said he was going to bring me sandwiches or something. I sure am hungry.
Vernon, doesn't the name mean anything to you?
Well, what was it again?
Farmer. David Farmer. My wife's name was Connie. My daughter was named Susan. Do you remember now?
Yeah, I remember. I saw you up at Park Pleasant and in the court.
I'm her husband, Vernon. The husband of the woman you murdered. The father of the child.
Mr. Farmer, I'm really sorry about what happened. I really am.
Yes, Vernon, everyone told me you were sorry.
I didn't mean to hurt your wife. I really didn't.
And the little girl?
Yeah, I didn't mean to hurt either one.
You liked them, didn't you? You liked my wife, and she liked you.
Well, I thought she did, Mr. Farmer. She told me she did. Only when I came to see her, like she asked me to, she put up this big fight, and I got all upset about it. I didn't know what I was doing anymore.
A lot of the girls like you, don't they, Vernon?
Yeah. A lot of girls at the store. Hey, is that a real gun?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah. Well, anyway, she sent me that note, and I thought she was like the girls in the store. Well, she said it was good looking. That's what he told me.
He? Who told you?
Well, he did. He did. Yeah, the man I used to see there.
What man?
I forget his name. The lawyer.
What?
Yeah, he told me that she liked me. And I'd be loading up stuff at the supermarket, and he'd drive up and say, "Hey, Vernon, Mrs. Farmer thinks you're a real good-looking kid. She'd really like to get you all."
You're crazy. Nobody told you any such thing.
Yeah, he did. And then he gave me this note that she wrote to me.
He gave you the note? This lawyer?
Yeah. I swear, he gave me this note, and it said, "I want to see you. My husband's going to the city, and I want you to come around."
You're a liar. You're a liar.
No, look, I swear it's true. He was that friend of yours, the one that you drove around with a lot. And he gave me the note, and I went there, and she didn't like me. She didn't like me at all. And that's when everything went wrong. Everything.
Come on in, Stan.
Oh, thanks. Did you hear the good news?
About Vernon White? Yes, I heard.
Yep. Well, they'll be holding him in maximum security for a while. You can scratch any idea of getting at him, at least for the time being.
It's okay, Stan. I've dropped the idea. Vernon's death doesn't mean anything to me now.
Well, I'm relieved to hear that.
In fact, I was the one who turned him in. That anonymous tip to the police was mine.
But how did you know where...
I didn't see any reason for Vernon's death. Not after he told me about the note. Yes, I talked to him, Stan. Mr. Ross helped me find him. And we had a good, long talk.
I hope you didn't take him too seriously, Dave. You know the kid's a moron.
He's dim-witted, not a moron. Dim enough to think that Connie liked him just because you said so. Dim enough to believe that note was meant for him when it was really sent to you.
No, wait a minute, Dave.
I couldn't understand it at first. Then I remembered how it was between you and Connie before I came along. I had a little more to offer, so she picked me. But she didn't want to give you up either.
Dave, now I don't know what you heard.
Something happened, Stan. Connie threw you over for some reason. I remember when you stopped coming around to the house.
Dave, I swear to you that
she must have hurt you pretty bad. So bad that you wanted to hurt her back. So you picked Vernon.
Please, let me say something.
He told me all about it. What you used to say to him, to goad him on, get him all excited. And then you gave him that note. The note Connie once sent you.
I didn't mean it to work out the way it did. So help me, I didn't. I didn't know what he'd do. I just wanted to teach her a lesson.
That's why you were willing to help me. Willing to let me kill that boy. So he'd never give you away.
Dave, I didn't mean it. I didn't want it to happen, Dave.
But it happened. He killed them. Connie and Susie. You killed them.
No, it's not me. I swear it wasn't.
Will you swear, Stan?
Yes.
On your knees?
On my knees, Dave, on my knees. I swear it wasn't me.
All right, Stan.
Dave, that gun,
It's the 31st, Stan.
An execution has taken place on the 31st of the month. In the mind of David Farmer, justice has been done. But now, the executioner himself must face the bar of justice for usurping the privilege only the law can have. Only the law must have. I'll be back shortly. We hope you didn't find our little domestic tale too grim. When violence strikes close to home, it's always more upsetting. If you are disturbed, why not sit back now, have a nice warm drink, go to bed early, and take tomorrow off. Then you'll be all ready for a little more terror and suspense when we return with another episode of Radio Mystery Theater. Our cast included Gordon Gould, Earl Hammond, Russell Horton, Hetty Galen, Leslie Woods, and Roy LeMay. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. From the time of the ancient Greeks to the theater of today, one of the most fascinating and terrifying themes of the playwrights has been parricide, the murder of a father by his own child. The fifth commandment reads, "Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God hath given thee." But some people think that parents are not entitled to respect simply because they are parents. And it's thoughts like these, when carried to the extreme, that can lead to...
Now, John, you gonna do as I tell you?
No, Pa. I don't think I am.
Your nose is bleeding where I hit you. Wash your face and hands and come in for breakfast. And then we'll both go out and dig that ditch.
You can dig that ditch all by yourself. And while you're at it, Pa, you can also dig yourself a nice, big, roomy hole for your grave.
Our mystery drama, The Thing at Nolan, was especially adapted for the Mystery Theater from the short story of Ambrose Bierce by Arnold Moss. It stars Russell Horton and Court Benson. The year is 1879, 100 years ago. The place, the southern part of the state of Missouri, the plateau of the Ozark Mountains, a unique region of soft hill scenery. The area is sparsely populated by a tough breed of pioneers, most of whom struggle to scratch a livelihood out of the livestock they breed and the forage crops they raise. It's a cool morning in June. The sun has just risen. Charles May, his wife Elvira, and their grown son, John, an isolated frontier family of fiercely self-reliant people, are finishing breakfast.
I'll have another cup of coffee, Elvira, whenever.
Yes, Charles, in just a minute.
Oh, well, it looks like we're going to have another bright and sunny day. don't it, John?
Looks that way, Pa.
You know, each morning when I open my eyes and look at them easy, beautiful hills out there, I still can't thank the Lord enough for giving my grandpa the good sense to stop here years ago and settle just where we did.
Good old Missouri. Golden gateway to the west.
Hey, you can laugh, John, but we ain't done bad. The work may be back-breaking at times, but it's worth it.
Well, maybe to you, Pa.
Meaning?
Meaning nothing at all.
Oh, here's your coffee, Charles.
I gotta figure out a way to get more water out of that lake to them cattle of ours. Just ain't enough gets to them. I was thinking maybe I could... This coffee ain't hot, Elvira. This coffee's not hot at all. What's more, it tastes more like dishwater than it does like coffee.
I'm very sorry, Charles. Now, if you'll just wait a minute, I'll make you another cup.
Never mind, I'll do without.
It won't take me a minute.
I said I'd do without. Or didn't you hear?
But, Charles, there's no reason to what...
There's your coffee. Now hold your tongue. I said be quiet, woman.
I'm ever so sorry, Charles.
Now get out. I said get out and get out of your chores. Dumb old woman.
Pa, you got no right to talk to Ma that way. No right.
Will you look who's talking? The boy who's teaching himself to read. I got a right to do or say anything I like. This is my house.
She didn't mean no harm, you know that.
Ain't asking you nothing, John.
But I'm telling you, whether you like it or not, now don't you talk that way to my Ma ever again. You talk to her with respect. She has earned respect.
If that ain't the funniest thing I ever heard. Respect.
You know, it ain't funny, Pa. Ain't funny at all. And from now on, I mean to see that Ma's treated like a human being.
And you gonna make me do that? Is that right?
If you give me cause, I'm big enough now and strong enough.
If you give me cause. Now, you just listen to me, son. Whatever happens around here, whatever, is gonna happen just one way. The way it's always happened, the onlyest way, and that's my way. And neither you, my big, strong son, neither you nor nobody else is ever gonna change that. Do I make myself clear?
Very clear.
'Cause that's the way it's gonna be.
Maybe, Pa. We'll see.
Henry, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you coming all the way out here from Nolan just to bring me this new spade.
We're 7 short miles for cousin. It ain't much. Say nothing of a good sale, too. Business at the store ain't been all that good lately.
That's so.
Besides, it is Sunday, and it gets a little lonely sometimes down in Nolan on Sundays. Schoolhouse closed, blacksmith shop closed, my general store closed. Hardly no one around to chew the fat with. And no one out on the lake and back of the store. Too hot.
Of course. Hey, this is one beautiful spade, Henry. Good heft to it. Sharp cutting edges.
Oh, the best, the brightest, the longest wearing that wholesale place in St. Louis has got to sell. You better carve your initials into the handle.
Yeah, good idea.
Big CM, case anyone should take it into his head to borrow Charles May's property.
Yeah, I'll get John to do just that. You remember with my lack of schooling, I can't tell one letter from any other.
Oh, you just tell him a big CM.
You know, Henry, I finally figured out how to get the lake water down to my big pasture.
You did?
Yeah. You know where my creek makes a real sharp horseshoe turn to the west?
That's up near the foot of Medicine Lodge Hills.
Yeah, I figure I can dig a deep ditch right through the woods. From there to the pasture. It's a little over half a mile only. And a big hole at the end of it.
Oh, which will give you all the water you need and still keep your livestock inside the pasture.
Yeah, but you'll need help.
My son, John. We can start next Sunday, a week from today. 2 of us together should be able to...
Good morning, Henry.
Well, ain't it more like good afternoon, John? You just get up.
Well, Sunday, I slept a little bit later than usual.
Nearly noon, boy.
Reckon it is.
Where was you last night?
Out.
I asked where.
Around.
What time did you get home?
Kind of late. Very late.
What kind of foolishness was you up to?
I don't think I care to answer that, Paul. Or any of the other questions you've been asking. You'll have to excuse me. I'm real hungry. Gonna get me some breakfast.
What?
Easy, Charles. Boy has a right to his own life. He's not a little boy no more. You got to get used to that.
That's what he keeps telling me.
Well, it's true, ain't it?
Maybe. But as long as I furnish a roof over his head and provide him with 3 meals a day...
Every bit of which he earns.
This is my house, Henry.
No one is denying that. But you got to start treating that boy different. Push him far enough and he just may turn on you.
He wouldn't dare.
Well, wouldn't he? I've been watching John these past few years. Charles, that boy knows how to hate. And he's got the quickest temper.
If that boy was ever foolish or headstrong enough to do me harm, real harm, he'd never again be able to put me out of his mind.
You believe that, Charles?
I believe that. I'd come back and haunt him for the rest of his days. From wherever I was. Get up, boy. I said get up.
Let me be, Pa. I want to sleep. I'm tired.
Sun's almost up, John. Let's start on the digging of that ditch from the lake, down to the big pasture.
Today, Pa? It's Sunday, ain't it?
Get up out of that bed real fast and get dressed.
Pa, I think you better get started on that ditch digging by yourself. I'll maybe join you.
When?
Later.
I said when?
When I'm good and ready.
What did you say?
You heard.
John, breakfast on the table.
We'll be right there, Elvira. Did I hear you right, boy?
I think you did, Pa.
Now, you get this straight. We got work to do, important work. Building a ditch to carry water from the creek. And when I leave here this morning, you leave with me.
I don't think I will.
I know you will.
In that case, I think you'll have to make me. Now, you go away and let me get some sleep.
Out of that bed, I say. Stand up on your feet like a man.
Now, you get your hand off me, Pa.
I'll teach you a lesson, you young good-for-nothing.
Don't you dare touch me. You'll be sorry if you do.
You're gonna do as I tell you, or ain't you?
No, Pa. I don't think I am.
Your nose is bleeding where I hit you. Wipe your face.
It can bleed. It does me no hurt.
Go wash your face and hands and come in for breakfast.
What are you two up to? The food's getting cold. John, your nose is bleeding and your cheeks beginning to puff up. What's been happening with you two?
I'll be right with you, Ma. As for you, Pa, you can go dig your ditch all by yourself. And while you're at it, you can also dig yourself a nice, big, roomy hole for your grave.
John, what are you saying? That's no way to talk.
I know what I'm saying, Ma. That picture of Abe Lincoln you hung up next to the door is a joke, Pa. You still treating Ma and me like we were slaves.
I shouldn't have hit you, John.
That's right. You shouldn't have.
I'm sorry. First time I ever did that. Even when you was a little boy.
And that's the last time.
Meaning?
You're gonna pay for what you just done, Pa. You're gonna pay for that. Where is he, Ma?
Oh, he's gone off like he said he was going to with that new spade of his to start digging the ditch.
What time would it be?
Oh, past noon, John.
I got a lot of things to do.
But I took care of the hogs and the milk cows.
First I got to shave, and then there's a couple of letters I have to write. Ain't finished reading last week's newspaper.
Oh, by the way, Cousin Henry was by early this morning. Brought you this week's paper.
Real nice of him.
He's come by just as you two was quarreling. He stayed outside, he said, because it sounded like a very private family affair, but he heard it all. I got the paper out in the kitchen.
Thank you.
You know, John, your pa can't do that digging all by himself. Too much for one man alone.
Then I guess, maybe I better join him.
Oh, that's a good boy. He was sorry for hitting you. He told me so, and I know you didn't mean what you said to him. You just lost your temper for a minute, didn't you?
Just the way he does, right?
Exactly. I understand that. Now, you be a good son and go along and help. He needs you. A person working all alone, all that digging, it could kill a man his age. Even a man as strong as your pa.
I suppose it could.
Now, you be sure to keep away from the deep part of the creek. You know you can't swim.
You don't have to tell me. Yeah, I'll be going now. I'll take my newspaper, practice my reading some while I'm resting. Well, I'll see you later, Ma.
Well, ain't you taking a spade with you? You'll need a spade to dig.
Pa's got his spade, ain't he? No, I don't think I'll need a spade.
In Proverbs we read, "Hearken unto thy father that begat thee." And again, "The eye that mocketh at his father, the ravens of the valley shall pick it out, and the young eagles shall eat it." John May is planning to defy the teachings of the Scriptures. Just how far is he prepared to go? I'll be back shortly with Act 2. Wherever railroads, airplanes, highways find their way, whenever newspapers, movies, radio, and television become part of a community's lifeblood, the people gradually lose their unique characteristics and take on the coloring of the rest of the country. This has been happening in the Ozark Mountains. But 100 years ago, these hill folk were still isolated. Their relationships to each other still primitive, still had their own fierce, uncompromising ways of solving their problems.
Is that you, Charles? I'm out in the kitchen.
No, Ma, it ain't Charles. It's me.
It's nearly nightfall, John. Where you been?
Well, where I told you I was going. Up to the spring. The creek near Medicine Lodge Hills.
Then you did help your pa. Good boy. Get much done?
Enough?
Where is your pa?
Ain't he come home yet?
No. Didn't you leave together?
Well, no. He said he wanted to work just a bit more before the sun set.
Well, it's nearly dark. Your pa out in the woods alone.
I wouldn't worry about him. He can take care of himself. He always has, hasn't he?
I suppose. I'd better light the lamp.
I'm going into my room.
Oh, no, just a minute, John. Look at me. No, don't turn away. Your clothes, your shirt's all tore. So's your jacket.
All them brambles down near the creek.
Oh, just look at your jacket. And your pants, they're soaking wet.
Don't fret about me, Ma, please.
And what's this? Did you hurt yourself? You did something to yourself and you're not telling me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, here, on your jacket, that's blood. You've been trying to wash it off, ain't you?
Well, I couldn't lie to you, Ma. I did cut myself.
Oh.
It's nothing much. While I was digging, a little blood from my hand got on my clothes. And I did try to wash the stains off. I didn't want you to worry none.
Let me see your hand. Maybe I can... Why are you putting your hand behind your back? Why are you looking at me that way? There's something wrong. You look strange.
Now, there's nothing wrong, Ma.
Did anything happen between you and your pa? Come on, tell me.
Nothing. I'm just tired. I'm all right. I'm sorry, Ma. I didn't mean to yell at you. I'm a little upset. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to bed.
But you ain't had your supper.
I couldn't eat anything. My stomach ain't right. In fact, I don't feel well.
Oh, let me help. Is there something I can do?
Nothing, Ma. Just let me be, please.
Well, Myra, Elvira May.
Morning, Henry.
What brings you to town this early of a Monday morning?
There's some kind of trouble. I need your help bad.
What seems to be wrong?
Well, Charles ain't come back.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, yesterday, after he and John quarreled, he went off into the woods to do that digging.
And?
Oh, that was more than 24 hours ago.
Well, Elvira, you telling me you ain't seen him since?
And I'm worried sick to death. He ain't never done anything like this before.
Yes, of course. Elvira, did John join Charles the way Charles asked him to?
Well, not right away. He left around noon sometime to go wherever it was Charles was working.
And you ain't seen either of them since?
No, Henry. John come back around nightfall. Alone.
I see.
That's why I'm so worried. John was in a terrible state. His manner was strange. His look was wild. Like a mad animal almost. His clothes were torn. Seemed to have blood stains on them. He said he cut himself.
But did he say anything at all that would have give you some hint of what might have happened to Cousin Charles?
Not really. No, nothing.
Where's John now?
Back in his room. Oh, what are we going to do?
We're going to pay a visit to Calvin Jackson, the new sheriff. Sheriff's got to be called in on this, of course.
Oh, what's on your mind?
Nothing, Elvira. Not until the sheriff has a good look around near that bend in the creek. If there's any answer, that's the place we're going to find it. Over this way, Sheriff. Just follow me.
Growth's pretty heavy back here.
Charles has been promising for months to clear some of it out. Never's found the time.
Ooh, watch your step there, Elvira.
Had anything happened between you and your husband, Mrs. May, that would have led him to, that might have given him cause not to come home?
Well, Charles has a mean temper sometimes. Says things he's sorry for the minute he says them. But nothing like I think you're suggesting, Sheriff.
Oh, I apologize, Miss May.
Elvira, I think the sheriff ought to know about John.
Your son?
Well, Charles and John quarreled just before Charles left.
Oh, serious?
But Charles struck the boy in the face. That's about all.
Hey, excuse me now, Elvira. That ain't quite all. And you know that.
Oh, what else is there?
Sheriff Jackson has the right to know. After he was hit, John threatened his father's life. I was right outside the cabin. I heard John say, "You got to pay for this."
You suppose he meant it?
Oh, now, here we are. Horseshoe Bend in the creek. And here's the ditch that Charles was starting to dig.
He got quite a lot done, didn't he? Well, let's have a look. Well, now, here's where he began digging. And he continued straight along this line to that spot over there. Well, this is most interesting.
What's that, Sheriff?
Come over here. Both of you. Look at this pile of dirt here. Come out of the ditch.
Oh, it looks all trampled on.
As though someone had been jumping all over it.
Or as though there'd been a struggle, a fight of some kind. And look here. These fresh footprints in the soil and this clay.
Oh, that one there, that's Charles' footprints. Those are the marks his boots make.
And these footprints here?
For those are the marks of John's boots. I know by the brand name on the sole. He bought them in the store about a month ago.
Henry, there's something I don't quite understand. With all the digging Mr. May was doing, where's the spade he was digging with?
Well, last week I sold him a brand new spade. He burned his initials in the handle, and I think I see what you mean, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah. I see no spade, Henry. No whereabouts, no trace of a spade. And no trace of Mr. May. But I do see this.
Pages from the St. Louis newspaper.
Yeah, look at the date. It's last week's paper. With blood on it. Oh, it's getting dark. If you don't mind, Henry, walk Mrs. May back to the cabin.
I got a good deal of work to do.
I'm glad to.
In the morning, Mrs. May, I'd like to pay you a little visit. Have a talk with your son.
You mustn't get out of bed, John. Now, the doctor said you was to stay in bed, and you mustn't worry about nothing.
No, go away. Don't you touch me. Don't you dare.
Oh, easy, John, easy. No, it's just your ma.
I must have been dreaming, huh? Real bad dream.
Yes. Well, you gotta stop worrying, John.
I ain't worried.
Pa will turn up. I know it. I have faith. I just can't figure where he would have gone.
He'll never turn up. And they'll never find him.
How do you know? How can you be sure?
I have a feeling.
John, is there something you ain't telling me?
Nothing happened. Nothing.
Mrs. May, it's Calvin Jackson.
It's Sheriff Jackson, John.
What's he want?
He wants to talk to you. Come right on in, Sheriff.
I don't want to talk to nobody.
Morning, Mrs. May. Morning, John.
I got nothing to talk to you about. I didn't do nothing.
Well, no one said you did, John.
Well, what are you doing here?
Well, your father's missing. No one's seen him. No one knows where he is. You were the last person with him, I believe.
Well?
Did you have any kind of a fight with your father in the woods?
That's none of your business, Sheriff.
Answer, Mr. Jackson, John. Please.
Well, we did have a little bit of a fight. No, nothing much.
And this newspaper, St. Louis newspaper, I found it back there. Did you take a shovel, a spade of some kind with you?
No, I didn't. My father had his. I figured we could take turns digging while the other rested.
Have you any idea where the spade might be? We couldn't find any more trace of it, and we can't of your father.
No idea.
Oh, that's a nice-looking pair of boots you got here, John.
Now, you put those boots down.
Oh, they are yours.
Don't you touch them.
Well, now, that's most interesting.
What's that, Mr. Jackson?
On the soles and heels. Could that be blood?
Are you accusing me of murdering my father?
Murder? I never said a word about murder.
I didn't murder anyone, Sheriff. No one.
John, did you ever threaten to kill your father?
Of course not.
He never gave you cause to say to him, you'll die for that or you'll pay for that?
Yes, he did, but that don't mean that I...
What does it mean?
That there's a power that would punish him one day for what he was doing.
But that power was not you.
If you're thinking of accusing me of murder, you'll have to find my father's body first.
Oh, I know the law, John. That's my job. But I can tell you this. Word's already gone around the whole town of Nolan that your father's missing. And whatever evidence there is about his disappearance points to only one person.
Meaning me?
For your own good, John, for your own protection. I'm sending one of my deputies out here.
What for?
Until we find your father's body, I'm putting you under arrest. House arrest. On suspicion of murder.
The relatives of a murdered man in Ozark country will sometimes throw pawpaw seeds or a tiny pinch of cornmeal over the corpse, on top of the coffin, or into the grave. Or they will pull down the top of a small cedar tree and fasten it with a big stone, which is supposed to help in some way catch the murderer. But when there is no grave, when there is no corpse to be buried, join me shortly for Act 3. The people like the May family, who lived in the isolated parts of Missouri's Ozark Mountains 100 years ago, were once called the most deliberately unprogressive people in the entire United States. From the early 1800s on, they seemed like foreigners to the average American, secretive, sensitive, but never simple. Their loves, their hates were deep and not easily understood by the outsider. and their minds moved in an involved system of signs, of omens, and curious beliefs. Their laws reflected their minds.
No, John, there's nothing you can do about it. The trial will be held tomorrow. The people have demanded it, and the sheriff has, too.
Well, I just don't understand it, Henry. How can they try me for a crime?
I know. On suspicion of murder when they haven't found the shadow of the man you're supposed to have killed.
Exactly. Hasn't the whole male population searched the wooded bottomlands with a fine-tooth comb? Haven't they beaten every bush in the neighborhood and come up with nothing?
Then, for all anyone knows, there is nobody, no corpse. Is that what you want us to believe? That your father's alive and well somewhere? But where?
Nobody knows.
And nobody knows why he disappeared, how he disappeared into nowhere.
Gentlemen, I think we all must agree with the defense that a man cannot be tried for the murder of a man whose body no human being is professed to have seen, one not actually known to be dead. This case has been tried on its merits until and unless we can prove that the man who is supposed to have been killed is in fact dead. We have no case. On that basis, gentlemen, I'm asking, along with the defense, that this case be dismissed and that we permit young John May to walk out of this courtroom a completely free man.
That be all, Sheriff?
Well, a handful of tobacco plugs, Henry. My supply's getting a little low.
Here we are, Sheriff. Well, now, if this heat would only let up a little.
I see you're keeping both your front and back doors open, eh?
If there's any kind of a breeze lurking around the lake outside the back door, I figure maybe I can catch a bit of it here in the store.
Yeah, of course. You know, Henry, I'd give just about anything I own to find out what happened to that boy's father. I can't see how a man could just disappear off the face of the earth overnight. At any rate, not in this part of the world, not without foul play of some kind.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, Sheriff.
The men in town are still grumbling that the trial was what they're calling a miscarriage of justice.
Yes, but suppose they'd taken the law into their own hands and one of these days Charles should suddenly turn up.
They'd never forgive themselves. Henry Odell, I'm about to tell you something I wouldn't tell another soul. In spite of everything I said at the trial, the things I knew I had to say, I'm sure that none of us will ever see Charles May again, unless he were to come back from the grave.
Strictly between the two of us, I couldn't agree with you more.
But how can I prove it?
Excuse me, Sheriff. There's a customer coming in.
I'll be running along.
No, wait. Wait just a minute, Sheriff. Turn around. Take a look at who's coming in the front door.
Who is it?
It's him. That's him, all right. Cousin Charles. Charles May.
He's putting one heavy foot ahead of the other. Mechanically, as if his feet were made of lead.
Walking straight toward the back door.
Staring into space, eyes wide open. And they're a milky white. There's no pupils in them.
His hair is all wet and matted with blood.
Over his eyebrow. The left eyebrow, a deep gash.
Blood's flowing over the whole left side of his face and neck. Onto his shirt and vest, onto the floor. Charles. Cousin Charles.
He doesn't hear us, Henry. He doesn't see us. Look how he holds his hands over his head as though defending himself from some kind of a blow. The fingers spread crooked like claws.
His mouth all twisted open, as if he was trying to say something.
Mr. May. Charles May.
Cousin Charles. He keeps on moving toward the back door. Charles.
He's going out the door. toward the lake.
Well, shouldn't we follow him?
Let's watch him, see what he does. He's going to the edge of the lake to try to wash away some of the blood.
Shouldn't we be doing something to help?
Oh, we might do more harm than good. It's like waking up a sleepwalker. Let's go out and see what he's up to.
Where's he gone to? I can't understand it. He was out here just a minute ago.
Not a whisper of him anywhere.
Well, if he'd have gone into the lake...
There's not a chance. The water's as unruffled and smooth as glass.
What do you suppose was wrong with him?
Well, he must have been in a fight of some kind and wandering about in the days ever since.
But how do you explain...
Probably suffering from some kind of loss of memory.
Oh, it's enough to scare the life out of a man.
Well, we've got to find him. Let's get back into the store, Henry. I have an idea.
What's that broken step?
We follow the trail of blood he left. Wouldn't it lead us back to wherever he come from?
It might.
And that could lead us to...
Oh, just a minute, Mr. Jackson. Cousin Charles stopped right about here. The blood dripping right onto the floor. Now you just take a good look.
Well, I'll be... The floor's as clean as a whistle.
Not a drop of blood here, or for that matter, any place else.
Henry, Mr. Jackson, they found him. They found him. They found Charles.
No. Easy, Mrs. May. You got to take it easy.
No.
Sit yourself down over here, Elvira. Try to calm down. What are you talking about?
They found him. They found his body. The two little boys.
What two little boys?
Oh, Sherwood's boys. They was playing in the woods up near May Creek, near where it makes that sharp turn. I tell you, it was awful. Awful.
How was the body hidden?
Under 2-3 feet of soil, covered over with layer after layer of dead leaves and twigs, and some wild hogs must have been rooting through the leaves and uncovered the handle. He looked terrible, just terrible.
What handle, Elvira?
The handle of Charles' new spade. Here, I brought it to show you. Broke off from the spade itself right in the middle.
Let me see that.
The Sherwood boys, they found him. They found Charles and come rushing up to the cabin to get me. I could hardly bear to look at him. His eyes, his mouth, that big hole in his head.
No. Try to take it easy, Mrs. May. We'll go back with you to make a positive identification.
I don't know if I had the strength to look again.
Are you sure this was your husband's spade, Mrs. May?
Oh, that was his spade, all right. Sold it to him myself, and there's his initials, the initials that John burned into the handle for him. C.M.
Strange.
What's strange, Mr. Jackson?
Well, that's not a C at all. Those initials are J.M. Those are John May's initials, not his father's. The coroner has taken care of the body. Almost no decomposition. Some preservative property in the soil, I expect.
That soil is rich in minerals.
There's one thing I can't understand.
Oh, Mr. Jackson, how are you? Oh, Henry.
John, where on earth have you been? We just come from your place, and we've been looking all over for you.
I've been very busy.
Your father's body's been discovered.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever killed him did a mighty fine job hiding it.
So I was told. Gentlemen, I come here to say goodbye.
Well, where are you going?
Party's leaving tomorrow morning for Oregon. I'm joining them to seek my fame and fortune in the Golden West.
Ain't you going to have the common decency to wait until your father's body is put in the ground?
No time for that.
John.
Yes, Mr. Jackson?
You killed your father, didn't you?
You ain't got the right to ask me that, Mr. Jackson. Not anymore. I was arrested by you on suspicion of murder. I was tried. I was found innocent. Now, I may not know too much about these legal things, but I do read. And you can't try a man for the same crime twice, even here in the mountains. Double jeopardy, I think they call it.
Yep. Where'd that wind come from? Blew the front door clear shut. Where? Who's that? Oh, no.
It's my father. But that can't be. It can't. Where'd you come from, Pa? You're dead. Dead.
Do what you're told, boy. Do what you're told.
He's walking through this door just like he did the last time, toward the open back door.
What are you doing to me, Pa? Stop it.
John's following him. He can't take his eyes off his father. He can't help following him.
No, I won't go with you. I won't.
The old man's moving right toward the edge of the lake.
Don't make me, Pa. You know I can't swim.
Well, that's true. John can't swim. Well, now, look now. We just can't stand here. What do we do?
I don't think there's anything we can do, Henry. They've both vanished under the waters of the lake. No, Henry, there's not a doubt in my mind. John May murdered his father by splitting his skull open with a knife-sharp edge of the spade.
Yeah, I know you're right, Sheriff.
One thing I can't figure out.
The wound over Cousin Charles's left eyebrow, the gash on the left side of his face.
Yeah, and the half-open mouth, the hands like claws.
Exactly the same as they was on that thing that come from nowhere, passed through my store and pulled John after him to who knows where.
Puzzles me. What's the answer?
Charles once said to me that if the boy ever took it into his head to do his father any real harm, that he'd come back and haunt him from wherever he might be. We folks up here in the mountains don't like to admit it to strangers, but in these lonesome places...
Yes?
Well, you think that thing could have been...
I have no idea what it was, Mr. Odell. Not the slightest.
There are those who believe that we, all of us, are walking spirits of some kind. Spirits that are shaped into a body, squeezed into a recognizable appearance of reality, and that sooner or later we fade away into air and invisibility. That we not only carry a future ghost with us from the moment we are born, but that we are in very fact ghosts. All of us. Everywhere. I'll be back shortly. There are two ways of evaluating the story you've just heard. We can go along very dramatically with Shakespeare and say, "For murder, though it hath no tongue, will speak out in the most miraculous organ." That's from Hamlet. Or, in a slightly different vein, we might be reminded of the parallel of Lizzie Borden. Lizzie, you recall, took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Our cast included Court Benson, Russell Horton, Bryna Rayburn, and Arnold Moss. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams.
News. Some Americans who were in Guyana this weekend are returning home following the bizarre events there. This is Doug Poling reporting on the CBS radio network. Several former members of the People's Temple cult who went with the entourage led by the late Congressman Leo Ryan have arrived in San Francisco. They went to Guyana to try to convince relatives in the commune to return home. Back in San Francisco, the returnees were interrogated by FBI agents for 2 hours. Afterwards, one of them, Grace Stone, a former cult member herself, talked about its leader, Jim Jones.
Jones was a brilliant man. Everybody I talked to, I always told them never to underestimate Jim Jones. Like I said, he was brilliant. He never did anything drastic until the end. He did everything slowly. That's how he got people to change so drastically. It wasn't done in 1 day or 1 year. I was there 6 years. By the 6th year, it was pretty bad.
Grace Stone has a 6-year-old son living in the Guyana commune. She still does not know his fate. Also being returned by plane are the bodies of Congressman Ryan and 3 American journalists who died Saturday when cult members opened fire on them. That plane has just landed in Charleston, South Carolina. Authorities in Guyana now report more than 400 members of the cult are dead in a mass murder-suicide binge that followed the airstrip shootings. Among the dead is cult leader Jim Jones, his wife, and young son. It's reported the cult members were told to drink poison, but some were forced to do so, and others may have been shot. Most of the bodies, including Jones, were found in a pile around an open altar with couples embracing each other. Officials say Jones had been shot in the head. Authorities searching the compound say they found a large quantity of weapons and an estimated $1 million in gold, jewelry, and currency. Also found were envelopes full of uncashed U.S. Social Security checks given to the commune by its elder members. Another 600 to 800 members of the cult are still missing after having fled into the jungle. More news in a moment. In Cuba, representatives of Cuban exile groups met Monday with Prime Minister Fidel Castro to discuss the release of political prisoners in Cuba. But as the exiles tell Ed Rabel, another topic came up.
Cuban exile leaders meeting with Fidel Castro in Havana say the Cuban leader has charged the United States with creating an artificial crisis over the presence in Cuba of Soviet-built MiG-23 military aircraft. Castro, they say, declared that the MiGs were strictly for Cuba's defense and posed no threat to the United States. According to the exiles, Castro countered U.S. suggestions that the MiGs in Cuba violate terms of a 1962 U.S.-Soviet understanding which prohibited the deployment of offensive weapons in Cuba. The aircraft, the exiles quote Castro as saying, carry no nuclear weapons. They say Castro expressed puzzlement over why the United States is just now raising the issue, since the MiGs have been on Cuban soil for more than a year. They say Castro promised to display the aircraft publicly a few weeks from now during ceremonies commemorating the 20th anniversary of the Cuban Revolution. Ed Rabel, CBS News, Havana.